know what happening in the ministry.
Simply said, anything you want to know about Liberia, just come to Spawn.
Yeah,
This is where you get all the information, so we say welcome.
yeah, to Spawn. You from Bonjama, Maryland to Spawn. Yeah, to Spawn. If you eat your pan, crazy like my brother to Spawn. You got a spoon radio to Spawn.
And so, my people, we know you're always waiting for your program. This is the Phone Talk right here on Spawn 107.5 FM, Fabric 101.1 FM, Spawn TV Live, Fabric TV Live, Super TV, and of course, Phone Talk on YouTube. Good to know you. Most of you have subscribed to the YouTube channel. And so now you're watching via YouTube. Welcome you. If you're watching us online, Phone TV, Fabric TV, Super TV, whichever TV. For you sharing the program and all of you relaying the program as well in your various counties, the portals across Liberia, in the community. So welcome you. This is Phone Talk. My name is Lorena Honorary. Every Friday I'm here with you as your producer. And so before the CEO Stanton A. Witherspoon and the rest of the panelists come on, let me welcome you to the show's Phone Talk. Top provoking, I will tell you, top notch program where everybody listen. You know, every part of Liberia, everywhere you think, even the woman on the farm. Yeah, everybody listening to Phone Talk. People watching, people get at this small $10 button phone. You know, they got 107.5 program that is only station. They got, you know, and so we appreciate all of you. Call all your friends. Y'all gather. These days, you're gathering around your gadgets like, you know, you go and watch some of the Filipino movies. Well, this is your show, you know, your podcast that you always watch, you always listen to, and listen. After the people argue in the communities about any topic, any breaking news or event that happened, they say, don't worry, we'll get our argument confirmed on Phone Talk tonight. So we say welcome. So many thanks to you for sharing the show. There's the 17th day of October 2025. And the time is 10 minutes past 8 o'clock. And so good evening from Liberia. Nobody going to bed yet because everybody listening to Spawn. Everybody watching Spawn. Like he said, you want to get a news update, all breaking developments before the events, come to Spawn. Phone TV, Fabric TV, Super TV, Phone Talk on YouTube, 107.5, that's the dial, or 101.1, that is Fabric. Taxi drivers, keke drivers, motorcyclists, the widow market, you know, money changers, gas sellers, all the Yana Boys Association, taxi drivers, bus drivers, truck drivers, container drivers, everybody listening to us. Driving from Monrovia all the way to River G, listening to Talk. Right now, we say welcome. Thank you for being there. We're also going to open the line, you know, make sure you put your calls through and tell us about what is on your mind, that thing that you want to talk about. You say to me, wait till now, we'll talk about it on Phone Talk. I have a concern, I have an issue, I want to confirm, I want to be sure, you know, if the news is correct. The only place I can get it at on Phone Talk. Again, we say good evening and welcome. It's raining out there. Try and be safe. You know, checking our weather in Monrovia. Have lightning firing. So be careful, okay? If you must be out tonight, try to be safe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO.
You know, everybody talking about CDC party headquarters tomorrow. No, they say they're having groundbreaking annual ceremony. Everywhere you turn in Monrovia today, and I'm very sure of us out of Liberia too. People are talking about it. You might want to talk about it or anything that is on your mind. I'm going to open the lines very soon so you can talk about it. Your voice should be heard. And that is why the platform is being provided for you, and you know. This is where your voices get heard.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you well know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon.
So let's just look at some of the stories around, you know, from print media. Of course, we have it on the internet as well. The Monrovia City Court has given the Congress for Democratic Change the green light to proceed with its much publicized groundbreaking ceremony for a new party headquarters in Congo Town on October 18, despite unresolved land dispute. And this story is on that's the Liberia Investigator. And Secondary Magistrate Ben El Bako made the ruling on Wednesday after complainant Safi Edwardson, through his lawyer, asked the court to temporarily withhold a writ of arrest for alleged criminal trespass against CDC officials. The request came amid ongoing negotiations over a disputed land payment. According to court documents, Edwardson accused the CDC of violating a land purchase agreement involving two parcels of property valued at $300,000 US. He alleged that the party only made $5,000 partial payment, but still moved ahead with plans for the ceremony. I was shocked to learn that the CDC was planning a groundbreaking without paying the agreed amount, Edwardson told the court. They only paid $5,000 and promised to continue discussions later. Negotiations reportedly stalled after the initial payment, prompting Edwardson to seek a writ of arrest against CDC officials. Well, court intervention and temporary relief. Magistrate Bako confirmed that a raid had been held in abeyance at the complainant's request, effectively allowing the CDC ceremony to proceed while both sides continues to talk. So the ceremony is going to happen tomorrow. All right. And this story from the GSC, Liberia's domestic debt records are plagued with significant breaches and irregularities as the General Auditing Commission has declared over $678 million US in vendor claims and arrears invalid. The findings expose serious weaknesses in the government's financial oversight systems. The comprehensive audit covering the period from January 1, 1980 to December 31, 2024 reviewed 784 vendor claims and instruments valued at nearly $771 million US, or $5.06 billion. Of these, 442 claims worth $678.8 million and $4.8 billion, representing approximately 88% and 95% of claims in US and Liberian dollars, respectively, were rejected. The main reasons for rejection were the lack of original supporting documents and widespread non-compliance with financial regulations. You want more on that story? You just go to the Liberian Investigator. Well, Spoon TV Diamond Slanger moved around different party headquarters. You know, since CDC is going to be having a groundbreaking ceremony for their own party headquarters. I mean, he was in my community because, yes, I live close to a party headquarters. I'm not going to say that, but he visited different party headquarters. And you know, when election coming, the party headquarters can be really active. But as he toured today, most of them I just there either only the security, the one live close by. Every Saturday is party session.
And you poor.
Like people book the place for party, have party, celebrating your birthday. You just go, you pay for your celebration. Yeah. I'm very sure that the CEO and the rest of the panelists are going to touch on it. We'll bring you breaking events as we go on, but let me give you the chance to put your calls through 0777-771075, 0555-101-075. What is that thing that you want to talk about on Spoon Talk? That only here you can talk it. Come and talk about it. Good evening.
Good evening, Lord.
Yeah, welcome to the show. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Oscar Dayu Sigmund from Compass City County.
Compass City is in the building. Welcome. Tell us what is on your mind.
Lorena, what on my mind this night have to do with groundbreaking ceremony of CDC.
Uh-huh.
I want to take upon this myself and the citizen of Liberia to call upon the president of Liberia, Joseph Boakai.
Mm-hmm.
The opposition party in the country is not an enemy.
Mm.
They have a right to associate as a citizen of this country.
Okay.
So the constitution of this country gives every citizen right to a family. So I'm called upon him to talk to his director of police. Because it's always the case when the CDC are gathering together, the director of police, because it's a policy of Unity Party, always send police to interrupt CDC activities. So we are called upon him, the director of police, the citizens are going to gather together tomorrow, let police protect them and make sure that their safety is protected. We don't want for people to go there tomorrow to be throwing tear gas and making citizens to lose their life or lose their property.
So you want the police to send?
We are begging the president.
You want police to be there to protect the people, eh?
We want for police to protect the people. You should not behave as you always behave. Because anytime when CDC are gathered together, police IG always send group of police to go and destabilize them.
Okay. Thank you.
The constitution of this country gives all citizens right.
Thank you, sir.
So I want to call upon the president to do as president of this country. He should not always do as he always do to disrupt CDC.
All right. 0777-771-075, 0555-101-075. What is that thing that is on your mind that you want to talk about? This is your chance and opportunity. Voice it out. Good evening.
Hello.
Yep. What is your name?
Yeah. Good evening to Spoon FM family, and good evening to my peace-loving people of the Republic of Liberia, and good evening to you, Dioxys Lorena Honorary Institute in Liberia. Well, by the way, the introduction, the name is Alfonso A.F. Kamal once again on Spoon Work Talk Show. I want to salute my fellow brother, Daniel Sri Day for his tour visiting various political parties' headquarters. Anything he met me, I will base it with my recruits to tell you Liberian people are hearing and gravitating to Alternative National Congress. But let me put that to rest. I want to tell my fellow Liberians and directly speaking to all Liberians, being in Liberia, out of Liberia, please let us keep hope and this single hope that God Almighty has blessed always with a Alternative National Congress political leader, Mr. Alexander Bene Cummings. He is an alternative for this country. So Liberians never lost hope, never lose hope. There's option, there's way power, and there's censor who have you can hold accountable for the track record of fixing and booming our country economy. So Liberia, we should not vote on 42 years experience. We should not vote on popularity. It had nothing to show, no tangibility. Look, we have a leader, but we don't know to subscribe to our leader. Mr. Cummings is the best alternative for this country. I can ensure to all Liberians, we only need for you to come to complete the matches.
Thank
because
you.
only now we pension the calamity let government call Unity Party.
All right. 0777-771-075, 0555-101-075. If you are there, we are here. Put your calls through and be a part of the program. Let's take your call. Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, you're live on the show.
Yeah, this is the voice of Sabu Rasta. Lorena joining the show from Point 4 to be exact for you in Zimbabwe.
Okay, quickly to the point, sir.
Thank you, Lorena. What is on my mind this evening? I just want to tell you that case about Shafa Edwardson, that cartoon case.
Mm.
I don't know if you know what it's called cartoon case. That cartoon case. Nowhere I can go, and tomorrow we go, we even show we follow in place.
All right.
But look, let me say this, Lorena. Let me say this. I want to say this to all citizens. The reason why I say this case like cartoon case because I trust President Weah. I trust his ability to lead Liberia. And I know that anything that President Weah is heading, forget it. Because President Weah is number one. So even when war best, because I head of state to be senator, and that's small thing.
Thank you.
So I will get one. Not machine.
Okay.
Don't carry shovel. Don't carry cutlasses. You are not allowed, you're not allowed to carry cutlasses or shovel. When a president is allowed to carry shovel or carry, I'm going to bring it ground. But when they day tomorrow to follow up and enjoy ourselves, don't confront the police.
When you say
the
follow up,
police are our brothers. Yeah, the police are our brothers, they are our sisters.
Thank you.
Yeah, those have a language. That's why is not leading the police in a rebel direction. He has made the police attempt to kill the machine, but we should be careful. Let enjoy out there, yeah.
Thank you.
Let eat a show, yeah.
All right. 077771075. We're providing a platform to you. Good evening. You're live on the show. Don't say Mike on the program.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, my name is Mo Baba calling from opposite Coca-Cola factory. My talking point going to some brother. I may tell them something. Their country, people say nothing change, but change happening in our country. They our country, people say things are not happening. Who put things are happening? Let us be the other people living from South Leone coming in our country. If they want to be bad, now see AEC. AEC, for you to see AEC going up, people get graduation program all around here, around Coca-Cola factory here today. That are not going, people using it. They see. So you see, that's what government can do. The government, Jose Iman Boakai, thank you. Thank you for we the Liberians. Thank you, Sister. The evening.
All right, Liberians and politics. 077771075, 05551101075. Let's talk to you. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Your name, where you calling from? Strictly to the point.
I'm Boba Zakama, and I'm calling from Sinko this evening, rather.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to speak to my President Jose Iman Boakai and the Unity Party. President Boakai, sometimes when I listen to some of your campaign promises, but then you lie to the people. Like one, President Boakai told us when he become president, every community will have health facility. I have those recordings. Sometimes when I still listen to it. The president told us that when he become president, children will not stay in the street. But today, over from Muma, you will see children with their parents, help my mom, help my papa, they are all back in the street. President Boakai told us that President Weah was a boy. They took the main job and gave to the poor. But now they not take the job for the poor now and give to the men now. And the men are confused about the job now. Because there's nothing absolutely happening that is impacting the life of the Liberian people. Go into the street, see poverty in the faces of Liberians.
Okay, thank you.
President Boakai is brave enough to buy a vehicle that costs over $1 million when JFK has no health material.
Thank
no
you, sir.
drugs in JFK. Our president is flying around the world, has spent over $13 billion on foreign travel. In return, zero.
Thank you.
President we elected.
All right. 077771075, 05551101075. Let's talk to you. Good evening.
Good evening, Sister Laura.
Yeah, you're live on the show. What is your name? Where are you calling us from?
My name is Seven Marks of the Serene, calling from Manager Town community.
What's on your mind?
So, firstly, I want to appreciate His Excellency, President Joseph Namath Developmental Activity for his great step towards our entire future. So, this is my first time in Liberia to see a retired soldier working and doing a huge package. So it shows a sign of love, a sign of encouragement to our armed forces of Liberia. I also pray that God gave you long life and you'll be able to develop Liberia in years to come. Thank you.
All right. 0555101075. Call us and be on the show. See you. Good evening.
Hey, Lorena, how are you?
I'm okay, sir.
Yeah, Lorena, how you doing today?
I'm okay. Thank God.
Good. Thank God to see you, Lady Supreme. We are here with Councilor Kano. Is that your name, Kano Bala or Kano Bala? Which one we taking?
I think it's Kanyo.
Let me ask you, I want us to call you Hugo Boss. The man get Hugo Boss on, Hugo Boss. How you want us to call you?
And that one will work. Like most people.
The bar made you to be a fuller man. Why you to go to the bar?
I mean, and that one will work. Like most people.
It's a bar or fuller name? B-A-H?
No, it's a B-A-I. Buy. Not buy.
Man, adjust your camera. You're too low, my man. You're trying for the photo.
Am I low?
You elevate your camera for your height to come. Are you intellectually dwarf? Are you
well, is it much better?
No, it's Daniel Sando calling people intellectual dwarf. So I thought you were one of those. I mean, what's good? What's good at your end, Kari? What's good, Councilor Kari Barbara? What's good at your end?
Well, all is well. All is well. As we say, God money us. Not too much to worry about. Not too much to complain about. We're grateful. So yeah, I think it's going well. It's going well. We just continue to hope that.
Thank God for that. Thank God. To all of you out there, I will be spending some time with the Councilor Kanu Barbara, a great man, by the way. And I think that guy is from Grand Jide, I believe. I have a friend by the same name. I'm trying to tie you to the Fuller people and put the H to say Ba. Because I saw you the other day, you were selling some boiled egg and Fuller bread with hot cup of tea. Come on, let me my business. Listen, I got Fuller friends, so I got Fuller friends. But man, listen though, the country is kind of quiet, right? The only major thing the president did today, the 6 retired AFL military men, and we're going to talk about it today. But on the other hand, this thing about CDC celebration, I see all the sedition coming on, as we also celebrate Akaris Mosi great birthday today. A lot was happening. The people came dancing, Happy New Year, Monobao. They call it Akara great. They say Happy New Year to him, but that's his birthday. And they sing Happy New Year, Monoba. I thought we not die on Monoba. Again, we want to wish Akaris great happy birthday. Today is my daughter's birthday, so I'll be in and out. We're trying to cook the pepper soup. We're trying to cook the dry ribs, the ajeke, and chicken, and the beef ajeke, the fish ajeke, that come with the extra dressing on the side. Then we're cooking, pepper soup that come with a little bit of fufu, and when I got the cake, a chocolate strawberry cake, right? My daughter turned 25, and that's a blessing. So we just all into this, and we're so happy celebrating her birthday. And so I'll be in and out. But to my fellow Liberian, welcome to Spoon Talk. We love having you every day. Share the show. My brother Tipos Dempster, share the show. It's good to be here together. Also, the party headquarters thing, Kanyo, Kev, Jefferson. You saw what Diamond did? Surprised me. I know nothing about Kanyo, and people blaming me. Look at all the party headquarters. They got a pig and chicken and goat living. Let me at the party headquarters. The human being done gone. I mean, they look deplorable, man. Liberty Party, CMC, Edward, how you call him, the Japanese ambassador now, Edward Apetom, the Grassroots Development Movement, GDM. All of them have abandoned the party headquarters, the one-room party headquarters, the skyscraper party headquarters. All these guys have abandoned the party headquarters. I'm going to play this video tonight for people to see that, listen, the only time they come back to you is when they want your vote. But everybody gone. The ANC party headquarters, it's like trash in the place too. You know what I'm saying? Liberty Party, CMC, ANC, well, CDC don't have a party headquarters, so we're not talking about that. Unity Party headquarters, before they reached the Unity Party headquarters, CDC party headquarters was demolished. You know, we broke it down. Gregory Coleman broke it down, so they don't have a party headquarters. I mean, the breaking ground tomorrow. We'll be speaking to some of the leadership tonight. We'll call them surprisingly. We want to hear from them. The expectation, people are getting ready. They're printing their own t-shirt. You know how you guys used to do when you were the spokesperson, right? Right now is the time to make money because you used to make a lot of money. Senator said he gave you a lot of money to go to all those counties. You say you went to 11 out of 15 counties. Senator said you were fully sponsored. They gave you a lot of cash, but you never came back with a report. When I hear this thing, I love to bring it to you, my brother, because I love you, right? They say they gave you a lot of money. You should have gone through 15 counties, but you cut it short to 11. And you didn't use your own money. You were on a party budget. So you got to explain to the Liberian people. And they said they believe this is what contributed to CDC defeat. Because you shortchange the trick. And the county you didn't reach to intentionally because you know very well you were, flip-flopping at the time. Listen, they will talk to you. I'm not going to say this. You're my friend. I can say this, but listen, for me, I don't let it pick on you. I just let it be real. Yeah, Jefferson said it too. Kevin said the same thing. They say because of you, they didn't win. Clarence, I love, don't say CEO love problem. You don't let to tell your friend the truth. You get friend and you let to keep things from them. I would tell my friend the truth. If I hear it, I would tell my friend. If I call you my friend, somebody talk about you, I would say Lorena talk about you. That means I had to do my thing. That's how it should be, right, Kanye?
I absolutely agree. Straight talk is always good. It shouldn't break friendship. But if I were to go by what you were saying, that my brothers believe that it was on my account that we lost the elections, then I must be a very great man. If it's because of Kade Bagbala that the CDC did not get re-elected, then I must have immense power and resources and influence. Not that I want to doubt myself, but I wouldn't think that I had that kind of power to deprive the CDC of winning. But again, when you lose elections, everybody trying to scramble to find reasons why they lost happy. I think Jeff knows why we lost. I don't want to go there. Kev also is aware why we lost. If people want to be honest, we can find the reasons. But again, that's for them to ponder over. Right now, my only commitment is to support President Bouaka and his agenda to ensure that he succeeds to project the things that are positive about his government and not to damn the country because we didn't win. We put our backs into it. I put my back into it. And we didn't win. And the Liberian people made a decision. I don't know why it's so hard for us to just be patriots and say that, it's not about being in control. We lost. We're not in control. But the country can still move forward. And I have made a decision that I want to be part of the country moving forward and part of the positive narrative. But to hear that it is because of me that we lost the elections, I must be very powerful CEO.
No, that's not what they said.
Yeah, I must be very powerful. But Jeff, I can
interrupt the man. Jeff, so why you get whether the man finish come in?
We've been talking for almost 30 minutes.
Yeah, but it's okay. Just say I even 30 minutes on the show yet, so I remember talking about 30 minutes. Almost.
You don't see,
I'm saying that, to be fair with you, I'm saying sedition afraid of you. I don't know why, to tell you the truth. Some sedition, maybe not all of them, some sedition afraid of you. I don't know what you guys did in the back. And maybe the Liberian people need to know if it's necessary. Maybe not today, but at some point, you need to tell the Liberian people what you did while serving as spokesman. Like Abdullah Kiatama called you the mention of fake data matching, and we got that video. We played that video today. People went against you. People are very strong, and and whenever we come on the show, like Boima JV Boima will be coming tonight. And, he's taking a different position now. He will be joining us tonight. And, Boima JV Boima to come and say his own. This is where people come to intellectualize, to discuss the issue of the country. This is where you belong. This is where you need to come and look in the camera and tell the Liberian people who you are and the reason why you support your political party or political interest. People say, oh, it's not election time yet. No, it's election time now. We are marching to 2029. Make no mistake. I know what I mean. I know what it means. I know how it is. If you forget yourself, forget it. You'll be left out. Come and spoke one time. The whole Unity Party government went in 02 days. Come and help them to opposition like they only came up by causing my empire. Imagine if all the opposition, so we're coming together to hold this government. That would be fire. That would be fire. So everybody need to come and talk. If you think that you can go on your Facebook and write, go on your Facebook and write. Support your party. Say anything you want to say about Jefferson Chesney, that's fine. He got to take it. He would not be like chick or chick that women right. I don't know gender problem there, can you? Well, okay. You would not be like
So I'm sure Lorena is one.
I think over-inflating Kanye. I mean, Kanye is a fine gentleman, he's good, but I think over-inflating him. And you heard what Katama said, but we did not say Kanye was the cause. We said he was a contributing factor because he was a bad pig for the campaign spokesperson. He did not communicate effectively. He was unable to communicate what the CDC was all about, our achievement, our accomplishment, all the good things we did for the 6 years while in power. Kanye was oblivious of it. He didn't have the idea, he never had the knowledge, he couldn't communicate directly to the people. So we didn't see that Kanye was the cause, no, but he was a contributing factor because this thing, campaign period is a time where you communicate to the voters. You tell them, no, you gave us custody of this country for 6 years. Within the 6 years, these are what we did. Unlike what the other people did for 12 years.
Hey, can I ask you a question, Jefferson?
Yeah.
Where were you during the election?
I was here.
Okay, why couldn't you speak to the issue? That you wanted kind of speak to those issues to make the case for CDC, but somebody put light on your mouth then? Why couldn't you speak? Why couldn't you go from one county? No, let me finish. Why couldn't you go from one county to another county like Kanye was doing? Why couldn't you ask for the money? For that money to say it's only important for me, don't trust me. Why couldn't Samuel Tuah trust you with funds? And George Manuel, we had the president then, and Miguel and Eugene Nagbe. And why all of them couldn't trust you? That you were the man to go out and convince one soul to come and join the party. Where were you? That now you're saying our county responsibility. Why was you on radio station crying and preaching the gospel of President John Manuel? Why were you blaming Kanye, my man? You're a young man. You were educated. You work in the government. Why it should be? You said don't have Kanye, but I see nothing on you that you did during the election that you can speak to. Why you think Kanye make the people not to win, but you are breaking your man? You better stop that.
Okay, so let's see here, Stanton. The CDC is a structured political party, well organized. We're not running a Janjaweed political party. So the leadership made a clear decision. They selected somebody who they thought in their mind had commitment to the party and was loyal to the party and could communicate. So
the leadership said nobody else should speak, only Kanye.
No, Kanye was the chief spokesperson.
The leadership said nobody else should speak. Only Kanye should speak.
I spoke.
Did you speak?
Yes, I did.
Just because of you, the party didn't win because they didn't listen to your message.
No, that's not true.
They didn't listen to your message.
No,
they didn't listen to your message.
No,
let me say this to you. The Unity Party had a structure. They had a spokesperson. They had a party chairman and secretary general. But guess what? Other people spoke. The party chairman didn't make the party to win. The party secretary general didn't make the party to win. The party spokesperson didn't make the party to win. The first soldiers that preached the gospel, like the Bible said, go ye therefore in the whole world and preach the good news. And preach, go in the interior. But you didn't do it. You sat in Monrovia, you chased the grease and honey, and you can't blink on your bad.
Let me give you analysis.
Let me
tell you what happened. The Unity Party had a spokesperson. The foot soldier will go and speak, and then when the foot soldier get you speaking, the spokesperson will come and icing the cake. But for us, we're going speaking, doing all of that. But when I was
not true. Not true.
Unity Party spokesperson, when you were not listening, you were not on the campaign.
Unity Party spokesperson never came to icing the cake. The message was on the battlefield. Kanye went in 11 counties.
Doing what?
Out of 15. How many counties did you go in? How many counties did you travel to? How many counties did you travel to?
I had my own job to do in Monserrado.
How many counties did you? Oh, so you stay in Monserrado?
Yes, I had my job to do.
Okay,
I was not
and that's the reason why. And okay, who was responsible for your party headquarters? The election party, the election war room. Who are responsible for it?
No, Stanton, we had
the election war room. Who are responsible for it?
We had a structured campaign team.
I mean, you're not answering my question. The election war room. Who are responsible for it?
We had a whole secretarial setup.
You're not answering. You were answered today. Who are responsible for the election war room?
We had a whole secretarial setup for our war room.
So you have said. So you said you don't even know who are responsible for the election war room.
No, I didn't tell you that. I said we had a whole secretariat.
Who are responsible for the election war room?
No, we never had one person. We had a whole secretariat.
So you see the problem here. You see the problem here. Okay, hold on. Let me bring in Kev Hassan. Maybe Kev will help you. My man, let me tell you something. All right, bye. Jewasi, bye. Let me say this to you, yeah? The mistake that you guys made, take responsibility for them beating, for Unity Party beating.
Oh, yeah.
Don't shake that on Kanye or anybody.
No.
Who control the $2 million war room? Who are in control of who Summit put the $2 million in their hand and say, yeah, this is the money for the war room? Who you get the $2 million to?
Stanton, I was saying here that you over-inflating Kanye.
Who you get it? No, I forget about Kanye now. Kanye that the devil. He's not going to heaven. Let's talk about you now.
That fact that he did not do
Kanye that the devil. We agree, but let's talk about you. Who Summit to get the $2 million to for the war room?
But you got Summit to number. Why you can't go in?
Oh, you see, that's your problem.
That means Summit to get poor.
Yeah.
Java said Summit to get poor, but answer why he will tell you.
I know. I have to say, Chelsea, you got Summit for the same reason, right? Up to now, you and Summit had that beef going on, but I think Summit have forgiven you because you're coming back to reality. No, I think Summit have forgiven him. Summit have forgiven him.
For what?
Yeah, for what you said behind the man's back. For what you said behind his back. No, we're talking. You want to talk it, we're talking. Because I know you want to talk it, we can talk it. I mean, let me tell you something.
Say anything.
You say anything again. The message say anything.
I don't say anything behind back. Anything I say, I can say to anybody.
The man did was the BP.
But the fact remains that
one new person to believe for why CDC lost the election. And the city carried the Summit to again.
We're not blaming you. We're saying you did a bad job. Simply because you wanted to kind of support the Unity Party.
Everybody did a bad job on CDC side. Every one of you guys did a bad job. You lied to President Weah. That's the problem. You lie and you say you won the election. You didn't win the election. And that was bad.
But who lied to him?
You don't have
who lied to him?
You should have said they choose to the president and say, we need to go. Oh, so you want to bring the 712 story up? The $2 million, you will talk about it one day. But yeah, moving on. Tomorrow will be a great day for CEC as we move on. Can't take me now to talk.
No, let me come on this topic. Let me come on this topic.
You got nothing to say on the topic, man.
Let me just come on the topic.
We got a few more minutes. Come on, because we got a few more minutes to go.
Yeah, 30 seconds. Look, one of the reasons that we lost this election is based on messaging. Messaging was our biggest problem, and you guys dominated us on messaging. And when you look right now, right, you see what's happening. They're going back to some of our projects, some of our things where Jeff were working, the public works. They're going back to all those things. And then let me ask you the question: who was the chief architect of our messaging? Kanyu Babala. So what Jeff is saying, he's correct. He's the chief architect of our messaging. So if we lost the war on messaging, Stanton, my brother, who you should hold responsible? I'll leave you there.
Do you want me to answer?
Stanton,
let me answer. Can you speak for yourself? I'm not but let me answer. Kev, I hold you responsible, Kev. I hold you and others responsible.
I take my.
But wait now, you want me to answer? You want to interrupt me again, Kev? The board of business class ticket for you to go to Liberia, for you to tell Liberian to vote for John Manawea. That was a waste of investment to take you to Liberia. The board of business class ticket for you. They put you in a 5-star hotel. And what you were drinking Hennessy Expo. Kanye was in the bush from one country to another country. And you were there merrymaking in hotel. You kept. You want me to blame Kanye that were in the bush in 11 countries? But you flew on a business class, hanging up with the big shots, controlling a whole wing, telling people which hotel room to sleep in, which not to sleep in. You have money to your disposal, Kev. Your own men that travel with you, they got mad at you. You are controlling the perks, the juice. You, Kev. What was your contribution in bringing one soul to CDC? All that money that was spent on you. Did you bring one soul to CDC to make them win? Did you convince one person? No, you didn't. But Kanye was on radio talking for Jowea. Kanye was living in mosquito and sleeping in mosquito in Bokulunjire and other part of the interior. While you were sleeping on an air condition and eating when drinking whenever you wanted to, Kev. And after it was all said and done, my brother Kev, you got into your business class and you came back and settled in Ghana for a couple of days to reign out your defeat. Then you came back to the United States and refused to go back for a groundbreaking. And you want to blame Kanye? Kev, the country government at the time invested immensely in you. And what was your return investment? To sit on the phone and say, yeah, we'll open our own show. We'll run around and talk about Jowea. Nobody listen to you. Nobody listen to you. And 20,000 plus people will reject you. And Jowea is former president today. But I'm glad that you're back, Kefiko. I'm glad that you are seeing the light. And you are transformed from word to soul. I'm glad that you said free at last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty, I can come back on spoon. I'm glad, Kev. I hold no matters against you, my brother.
But Stanton, I'll tell you this.
No, don't go for me. Don't go for me. Tell you.
Day he regretted again. All day he regretted.
That's why I told you this, right? Stanton, I told you this, right? I told you this, Stanton. The day Jeremiah couldn't call for Kanye to come on this platform, I said to you,
Jeremiah couldn't call anybody.
Jeremiah was supposed to Kanye on this. Oh yeah, of course, Jeremiah.
I see why Kanye is
pushing. You know, You know, it's difficult to continue. And I said it before. Between Jeff and Kev and Ankara is a difficult job to continue here. So the only attempt is to try to placate seditions, to create an enemy where none exists, and to find excuses for their faults. Oh, can you didn't do a good job? Can you betray us? When they really look into themselves, Kev, like you said, CEO, Kev got play a key to Liberia. Kevin know him 20% in Monserrato. Who can Kev convincing Monserrato? Who? We teaching across universities. We are part of serious institutions. We have a history within the country, youth and student leadership. When we speak, we command respect. That's what we were doing on the ground. Kev can buy around the Boulevard Palace. They go Bewo Bisambo. They Bewo Bisambo, the Boulevard Palace, they say they haven't show there. Even Jeff used to complain to me about those things. Because I appointed Jeff to the campaign, the communication team.
Look at Kev. Kev calling me a baby, say I'm a lady. Look at his number.
And Kanye, if you have all that respect, why you didn't win your election in your district?
Let me tell you something, Kayo. This
is
Kayo, this is Kayo leader man. They make everyone win.
But everybody will win. And you want you where do you want?
But I'm not
Kayo, they make it happen. Let me say this, yeah. Whenever Joe, we are tell Kev, I bring in like bro for you to go talk to the people. Kev said, Chief, I trust our people. I'm going out there. They brought you to talk to the people, and you couldn't leave to go to Nwapanton to talk. You
but who don't get there? Who kept going to?
Can you imagine when you talk about Kev is not from Monserrato, even the Burma in front, he's not from Burma. The people
but nobody knows Liberia. The rebel school people know it.
Cannot understand Creole in Burma. So I mean, I understand he loved Joel because Joel a football player, can't bounce football. That's how it would be. And other thing, it can't help. So citizen got to transform today. Citizen got to transform. If citizen continue with the cap and the jealousy, then they will not win election. I mean, they try. No disrespect to them. But when I open the phone line and ask you, they're trying. I'm serious.
But see, let me tell you what the issue is. The biggest thing,
people say, "Oh, Cap made you very in there." I like Cap. I don't know, maybe the man you see medicine on me, but I like Cap. Maybe the man fasting and praying on my name, but I like Cap. Seriously, I love to talk to Cap. Waking up in the morning, Cap will call. Going to bed, Cap will call. I like Cap conversation. It's unique. But I would tell the Liberian people, Kev cannot change one person's heart because he doesn't know, right, the importance of the bread and butter issue or the joy wisdom witnessing in political arena. You got to not do. You got to be convincing. You got to go across the aisle. You don't only speak to your base. You got to go outside of your base. And Kev cannot go outside your base because he's scared they will stone him to death.
But he doesn't have the ability to go outside.
No, he does, but they will stone him to death. Kev don't want to die like Stevie. Kev don't want to die like Kamata. He don't want to die like Stevie. I'm serious. I mean, if Kev go to River, they will stone him. If Kev go Bogon jail, they will stone him. Kev choose not to do that. The people don't know Kev. But I can guarantee you, I will make the people know Kev. I will tell the people the man has transformed. They should give him a chance and listen to him. It may not be on Spoon Talk. It may be with what's the guy name? Godson William. What's the man name? What that guy name? What the guy name?
That from where?
No, the guy that take over King's FM and Councilor William. That his name? What's the guy name?
Godson William.
Godson, right?
William.
That phone name Godson William.
Yeah. Jeff now going out on show there. I know why.
But what do you campaign? You refuse to go there.
I went there. I was there.
Oh, I think the
guy kept them ban us from coming here. I was there. I used to go there.
I mean, let me keep alone, but when I be on Kev, let me keep alone, but
kept them ban us from coming here.
Woo! Let Lee Kev alone, man. Let Lee Kev alone. Kev, my man.
No, but see, as a CEO, before we move on,
yeah,
part of the problem is that if Jeff can be pressured to come and say these things about me, and Kev, my own brother, can be pressured to come and say these things about me, it just tells me that truth telling is still very difficult within the CDC, because Kev and Jeff are people who have front row seats to the real reason why CDC lost the elections. And they still can't come to terms with that. Many days Jeff used to cry on my shoulder. I said, Jeff, don't cry, my man. It will be all right. That Jeff said out here today, Jeff said,
my friend. And nobody pressure me. I see things as
the election's over. Liberian people decided on President Boyka. You are one of the chief campaigners. You convinced the Liberian people that President Boyka is better placed to lead. I am giving President Boyka the benefit of the doubt.
Thank you.
That benefit of the doubt you gave him and campaign for him. That my time now to give it to him to lead.
And
until the team is over, we will be behind him until he succeeds.
So
that is the benefit of the doubt.
Let me say this to you. Let me say this to you. I think you are doing the right thing. It's your right to do what you want to do. It's a politically correct. Exactly what you think in your head you want to do it. It's your right, and we appreciate you. And I'm with you. Give President Boyka time. Give him time. Even to the last day of his term, give him time. And I'm not going to convince you, don't give him time. I still get some hope. I'm still hopeful. I'm not hopeless, but I'm hopeful about Liberia, though. I'm hopeful. And I'm hopeful that Liberia will be better. So I like what you say, that you gave him time and stick to it. I mean, President Boyka will rejuvenate. President Boyka will rejuvenate.
So stand on. Recognize our right to hold him accountable for his stewardship of the country. Look, you remember when
to hold Kanye accountable?
No. You said
we're not in that conversation. Yeah, we're about
we
to start.
We have the right to hold our government accountable for their actions.
Yeah, I agree, but we're not there yet. We'll start the show and we'll get there.
You're coming for them. Everything. Yeah, Kev.
Look at Vanisaki. Vanisaki, what you are talking about, my man?
You can praise everything.
Look at Vanisaki.
But
listen, guys, share the show. Let's have a wonderful time today. It's a great day. We want to welcome each and every one of you. We are here to discuss issues concerning our country. Today, President Boyka retired 6 military men, I believe. I have to go back and watch it. It was a good thing. And I also want to say to you, we have some troubling report with the GSC report on LEC. We have the GSC report again on the debt portfolio. Thank God for Gaswa, a wonderful professional individual. Can you give me the GSC boss picture, please? We got to say this guy is saving the government almost $700 and something million, and something that have been in the works. To tell you the truth, I'm not going to blame anybody for this, but I'm just going to celebrate this GSC director, Kanye. Listen, he's saving the government millions of dollars. Not small money. And it's about time that we just celebrate these things. Gafan was there paying on this debt. Though the president ordered Gafan not to pay on it, Gafan paid SSF after they had a meeting. Secretly, because of kickback, allegation of kickback, 1.5 million. They say they gave Gafan team. But this young man followed the law. He listed all those fake companies that were coming back and said the government owing also, and he's saving Liberia today, he and his team. I believe that everybody should celebrate him. I know we're going to start the show. You know, I can beat on him. I don't know him. Do you have the picture, Lorena, Sister Lorena? I can beat on him. If you have the picture, pull it up. But this guy is the new Elon Musk. The Doge program, you remember, Kayo? that said they want to save America a lot of wasteful spending. I think this guy he's doing, listen, play your politics. Honor Madam Salif were wasting money paying people for Debson and Charlie Town. Honor Jowia, $260 million went to buy debt. Nobody know. Those business owner, but we pay them. We're going to put the list up, let the Liberian people see it. Honor this government, this young man, and I'm not putting on any party though, but Liberia, I want you to understand, we discussed it today. He has saved the country millions of dollars because of wisdom and fairness and transparency. You may have your problem with him. Lorena, do we have his picture? Can you pull it up, please? This is huge. I want all that. Listen, you got to say congratulations to him. They refuse to do it under Madam Salif. They refuse to do it under George Manawia. He has done it because President Mbaka told him to do it. Listen, this is what I fought for. This is what I champion. Over $700 million. This is the time for us to say, yes, indeed, something this government has done, and let's talk about it. We're going to put it up. You want to see it? We have the company names. This is no joke. This is where we should be as a country. When we out there begging for money, right? Begging IMF for $30 million, begging World Bank for $60 million, then we celebrate. Begging Inton and Iboma for bringing small money to first row and getting big one back. This guy in his quiet corner, serving the country of wasteful spending. I think Donald Trump should call this guy and give him the Nobel Peace Prize. Seriously, he deserves it. Don't you think he was going to work with some crooked guys from finance ministry to pay these people and take the money back? He could have done it. Other ministers did it. My man, Kario, you get 250,000 a year. We know the company not close, but we'll work with people in the government and give it to you, but get 100,000 back. The man said no. He said no. I'm not calling anybody business name here. I am talking about the transparency, Kanyo. I am talking about the thing that need to happen. This young man, if you see him buying lunch, if you see him giving transportation and he pay away, his name will go down in the Liberia history book. That he saved the country over $700 million because he followed the instruction of President Joseph Yuma Mbaka. We can beat on Joseph Mbaka for any other thing. Guys, let me get in Jobo today. The president told him, these debts, we need to know who we owe, whether we have any legal right, or whether they have any legal right. They wrote those companies. Kayo, have you seen it? They wrote those companies. They told the company, say, come and show us the document that we owe you. They refused to show. They refused to pull forth. I think this is one of President Mbaka funniest in this government. This is one of President Mbaka funniest in this government. Though he was appointed by George Manawia, but this is his funniest right now. The man that saved the country over $700 million here in his team. I want you to call him if you have his number and say thank you. We want ministers to be like that. We want entity to be like that. I want you to call him. I want you to call him if you have his number and just say I called him to say thank you. The money the government don't have, the government can save now. This is what we talk about good governance. This is what we're going to talk about good governance. My fellow Liberian, call this young man. Tell him thank you. He saved our country over $700 million. I don't know him. I wish somebody could give me his number. Let me call him. And all I would do is to just say thank you. Thank you for being that good individual that put country first. Now you can have your other tabata with him at your business. But this man, all Liberians, we'll talk about it today. This guy, what's his name again? Gaswa, right? Kanye, what's the guy name?
That's his name, Gaswa, yes.
Yeah. Somebody.
And T.O., I totally agree with you. And I'm not at all surprised at what Gaswa and his team, have done. At the GSC, under the able leadership of Gaswa Jackson, Deputy AG Cecil Doe, Fode, and others who are there, these are very young, smart, learned, patriotic Liberians. And they've done a great job. This is very monumental in terms of pushing transparency and accountability in our country. But there's a point you may CEO that I absolutely agree with and we should lift. It's about the enabling environment. And that's why I am more than prepared to give President Boyka the benefit of the doubt. Because whether you like it or not, this outcome of the audit of the debt, of the national debt, domestic debt, or whatever you may call it, it is public today, it is outside today, because President Boyka has encouraged that environment to allow it to happen. We all know the impact of political power, political will. We all know the impact it can have on certain processes. And President Boyka has opened the field and giving the young gentleman and his very skilled team the opportunity to do a good job. And I think that's laudable. And those are the things we need to continue to encourage. But I agree with you. I am not surprised at what Gaswa has done at the GSC, the level of professionalism and the accolades that continue to come to Liberia because of the work of that team. And I think that we should continue to support them because, like you said,
okay, I'll take it from here. Like I said, on a serious note, as we welcome Kev Hassan, Jefferson Chessing, Emmanuel George, it's good to have you guys on. The rest of the team will be joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, I must say this to you. This is a unique day for Liberia because of the instruction from President Jose Yema Boyka to the GSC, but P. Gaswa Jackson, a wonderful individual, by the way, a good guy that can save the country over 700 million. We'll put the GSC report up for you to see. I really want you to understand. Can you make some adjustment, Emmanuel? You are too low on the camera. I just want you to understand. Thank you, sir. It is only fair for every Liberian to exhibit and show and put country first. You cannot do this. And I think he got to go that round. And people got to say, yes, indeed. I think President Boyka should call him. President Boyka should sit with him. The thing that the lawmaker couldn't do, minister couldn't do, Gafran cannot do. He has taken a bold step here in his team. And I hope we can get here in his team picture, Lorena. We got to celebrate them. It's a good day for Liberia. A very good day. We got to do that without fear, without favor. When people are offering a lot of money, the man said no. Kev, let's hear you. Other than that, we're going to start the show. Yeah. These are the different topics we're talking about. So, Kev, 1 minute, talk to us.
Yeah. Let's set the record straight. Our government started the audit. Can you know that? Our government started the audit. You can place a call to Fagon and Seren and what his name, this lawyer, they did a press conference. Amicat. We started this audit. So this audit is not with this government. What this government is doing is not an audit. It's a witch hunt because they're cherry picking who name to put on Facebook. The cherry picking who name to put on Facebook. But we do have all the information and evidence to show that folks that have put the name on Facebook, we will debunk it in the highest level. And I repeat, we will debunk them in the highest level because we started this. You can place a call to Fagon right now because I can go search and find that video and make it with Fagon led that press conference.
Thank you.
So this is not new. No praises go to this government because we started this audit. Where 30 seconds, I will repeat. We will debunk the witch hunt against our people in the highest level because we do have the information. Let's dive deep into
Thank you, Kev.
any names you guys put out here.
Kev, thank you very much. The reason why I move you, which I was saying, it's not good when Kev speak and you speak. They mess this up, okay? I didn't move you to disrespect you, so just hold on 1 minute.
Can you speak already?
Yeah, but just follow my lead. You will speak, please. Kayo, you want to finish up? You were speaking and you went off. You want to finish up?
Yes. Thank you, CEO. I apologize for the technical, to borrow somebody's words, the technical glitch. But yes, I absolutely agree with you that this is a moment worth celebrating. And I will give it back to Gaswa and his team. I think he has an exceptionally talented team, young, professional, well-educated team, but also beyond the talent, just patriotic and conscientious. And they have delivered this for us. And I'm so super proud of the level of work they've done. But again, you cannot take away from the enabling environment. $700 million CEO is no pocket change for a poor country like Liberia. To have the audacity to undertake such an assignment in the environment where the results of that assignment can be made public, report of that nature can be made public, there's a lot to be said about the enabling environment. And whether we like it, folks on the platform like it or not, I believe it is President Bawka that has created that enabling environment, an environment where audits of this nature are becoming public, results are being shared, and conversations are being had. Now you can talk about whose name is being lifted, for political reasons or not, but anyone can pick up the report and decide which particular entity they want to place emphasis on. It's left for you to go and look at the report. But the idea is that a rigorous process was embarked upon by the GSC, and based on that process, certain businesses were identified saying, look, we cannot pay you money because we cannot justify why we should pay you. So yes, Gaswa and his team will take their props, but most importantly, President Bawka must also take the kudos for the enabling environment where these things can happen. And I believe as I close, this will embolden a lot of other people within the transparency and accountability sector to do more daring and more groundbreaking work because they realize that the president will celebrate it. And I think that's good for our country.
Again, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kayo. I'm going to bring in Emmanuel George. We'll go to Jefferson Chessing, and then Fubi Heron. Welcome to the show. Eman, we are on this thing. I'm uploading all the documents for people to see. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, Stanton. I appreciate it. I appreciate those who are allowing me to speak to them in their homes this evening on Facebook, YouTube, and whatever station you're listening to. Good evening, Lorena, Kev, Kanyo, Jefferson, Chief Fubi, and Stanton. Well, this is the benefit of tenure position. That's why we place it in, we legalize it in our country. Mr. Jackson was nominated by President George Weah, and he was confirmed by the Senate. So he's doing his job. We have never had problem in Liberia with the GSC and the leaders at the GSC. From John Molu to Mr. Jackson, we have always had good people at the GSC. We have always had good audit report. So GSC have never been a problem. The problem is translating the audit report into the effects that it's supposed to take, into prosecution. So we have never struggled with that. So hopefully when Mr. Jackson report gets to the Liberian legislature, they will work on it as fast as possible and pass it on to the judiciary. That's where our problem is. It's moving the audit report from the legislature to the judiciary, not the auditors at GSC. We have very smart, brilliant, and extremely intelligent Liberians that work with the GSC. So the GSC have never been a problem. The environment has always been, I agree with Councilor Barbara. The environment have always been there for the auditors at GSC. Unfortunately, we have some situation during the last regime when some of them were killed mysteriously. But they have always done their work at the various auditing places. The problem we have, Stanton, is the legislature and the judiciary. Hopefully, when they get an act together, then I will be here tonight clapping and cheering. Is the report good? Fine, yes. But is the outcome something I'm going to cheer for right now? No, because surely it's going to go to the national legislature and they're going to keep it there for months and if not years. Thank you.
So let me ask you a question. Emmanuel, and I think you're being unfair here, right? But I don't blame you because you're opposition. Kev Hassan will speak like an opposition and say he started doing Jawea Town. So that's Jawea project. I'm not going to argue with Kev Hassan because his mind is made up, right? He's going to debunk those businesses that were listed and say they didn't reach out to this individual. That Kev Hassan's own argument. The Liberian people will see through the fact. You from ANC, Mr. Cummings said, we wish the president well. If only this president can do the right thing, I don't need to run for president. I think that's what people believe in. And you believe that. The only reason why you will have opposition trying to remove a sitting president is because they feel that that president is not performing well. You say, well, the GSC on John Balu and the other people have been performing. Have you seen such a report about debt portfolio payment that these people reveal? And now we know that we are not wasting over $700 million. Have you seen such a report, Emmanuel, from GSC?
Stanton, I have seen reports from GSC that indicted a lot of government officials, including, I think, the former minister and during Erin Johnson's leave time. I think minister, I won't get her full ministry, either justice. She was indicted, I believe, and removed from her office.
We have seen good reports. No. Emmanuel, you will not do this on the show. We are talking about this.
We have seen good reports from the general auditing agency.
Emmanuel, the question, have you seen this kind of report about the government saving over $700 million, almost the government budget, because we were giving money away uselessly to businesses that never existed? Have you seen such a report, Emmanuel?
Stanton, I have seen wonderful reports from the GSC, and you see, you cheering, and we are cheering. That report have to go to the legislature, right?
We know that. We know it got to go to UN and IMF. Yes. We know it got to go to World Bank. I'm asking you a specific question. Be honest, right? Tell the Liberian people the truth on the show tonight. Have you seen such a report since Charlie King time? Right? I know they've been giving a fabulous report.
Yeah.
Since Charlie King time. Have you seen, and I'll be fair, I criticize Joseph Boakai and folks in this government. You know that. But have you seen such a report that the president gave an instruction to the GSC boss? Why are we paying these people all this money? Find out. And the result have come back that honor the leadership of Joseph Yeman Boakai as per the instruction given to P. Gaston Jackson. We were able to save almost the country 1 year budget, over $700 million. Have you seen that report? Which government have you seen that report from?
Okay, Stanton, this is how I'm going to answer your question now. I have not seen
yes or no if you have seen the report.
I have not seen a single report.
Okay, but let's hold right there.
When John Molo was in charge of the GSC.
No. I will not let you slap. Can you? Fubi, this is not right. You got to be exact. We know that beautiful report have came out. We know that beautiful people, well-learned people like my friend John Walu have fought a report. But you on the show, Dr. Emmanuel G.K. George, have you seen a report of such, saving the government over $700 million? A 1 year budget that this government can now save and allocate to other places if we have the money. Why would you do this? Why would you do this on the show, Emmanuel?
I appreciate your excitement, but again,
I am excited because that's what I advocate for. I am excited, Emmanuel, seriously, because that's what I believe will transform our country. When a young man, the P. Gaswell Jackson, come out and put country first.
Yeah, and we congratulate Mr. Jackson.
2021 to 2023, $260 million flew out the window.
We congratulate Mr. Jackson for the wonderful work he has done.
Okay,
I'm
now
not
you want to
in
praise
no way
him.
degrading his work.
Now you want to praise him.
I know there are intelligent people working at GSC. I have interacted with many of them in my former position in Liberia. They are very great people. But
and you know why?
The issue here is that,
Emmanuel, you know how it was done? It was done because this man, this president, gave a full instruction with a mandate that we will not pay those people if we cannot legally find out if they are real, if they are ghosts. And that's why since the government took over, they've been digging beyond this thing. Liberia should be proud today. We can beat Joseph Boakai for all the things, but today, Liberia should be proud that under this government, we will not see Kev Hassan grandfather coming to collect money that he has collected 3-4 times. We will not see Jefferson Chelsea, business that he has since those times, coming to collect money that they have paid him over 5 times. We have to save our country. P. Gaswa should be the next Elon Musk, Abba Dodge in Liberia. If you don't believe it, I will tell Liberian to believe it. This man is bringing Liberia back to where Liberia belongs. And so we shouldn't come here and start playing. Emmanuel, Cummings will not accept this. Mr. Cummings, I
believe that Mr. Cummings will accept exactly what I'm saying. We appreciate the work being done by the GSC. We appreciate Mr. Jackson for the work he has done. We appreciate the fact that each government of Liberia should start appreciating tenure position, because Mr. Jackson was nominated in 2021 by the WIA government, and he's doing a great job as a tenure officer.
So thank you very much.
The challenge has never been the GSC. That's the point I'm trying to make. The challenge has never been the GSC. The challenge has been translating the report to prosecution.
You have admitted on the show that you have not seen such a great report. No GSC director, no GSC individual has saved the country over $700 million.
From a single report, let me just put a caveat in there. From a single GSC
report.
Yes,
from a single report.
I agree with you on that.
Thank you very much. Nobody's stupid here. Jefferson, talk to us.
Thank you. And yeah, sometimes I agree with you too. We haven't seen this kind of report. Single report for $700 million. But first, we want to say thank you to former President Weah, who appointed such a good team at the GSC. And you say $700 million, that's true. Because if you notice, most of the $700 million were being under Joseph Boakai and former President Elling's turn, where we had about $4 million loan to James David, who was a henchman for Joseph Boakai and former President Elling. We had Thunderbird in 2010. He mentioned that they had almost $500,000+. We have the former commissioner of maritime who under the waterway project, Bien Kessley. The waterways project they had at the beach and waterways project more than $2 million. We say thanks to the team at the GSC. They're doing a very fabulous work. But we should also not forget, because we should also be reminded that he indicted this current government, Gafwan, with over $115.5 million at the Ministry of Finance that he cannot account for. So these guys are really working. But then the folks at the Ministry of Finance who embezzled the $115.5 million should be held accountable under this government. And for real, Stanton, the team there did a perfect job. Normally, domestic debt has been a very huge burden on the government. It is good that he came out and clarified them that some of these payments were bogus. And most of the bogus payments, almost 80% of the $700 million were under the Unity Party government for the past 12 years. So yes, he's doing a very very good job. We like that. We like that. And he pointed it out because he pointed one of the person that was disbursing money from the Unity Party to other branches of government to carry on corrupt action with James Daly. But then he put it in for over $4 million. He discarded that kind of payment. That was very good on his part. He mentioned how, you know, one Thunderbird did a job with the FDA in 2010 for over $500,000. It's mentioned over 3 times in the other report. That was fabulous. We like to see that happening, and this is how our country will move forward. He mentioned other transactions that took place under the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and Joseph Boakai for the past 12 years. And that was fabulous. We like it. It's a good thing for our country. And this is why we believe and trust in the leadership of President Weah, because he made that clear decision to appoint such an intelligent young man to lead a very strong team at the GSC. We like that. We believe that that was going to happen. And yes, this is the first time we've seen such a report. And the staggering part and the most confusing part was that out of the 700,000, over 80% of that money was squandered under the Unity Party government. And this is so confusing to us. I read that report, it was troubling. It shows that this Unity Party government is going to even increase our domestic debt if we are not careful. But thanks to God that the team at the GSC is doing a good job. And all I'm saying to this president, who does not respect the rule of law, is to respect the tenure position at the GSC so that these guys can continue to do the kind of work they're doing, because he has effectively discredited all the tenure position with the exception of the GSC. I pray and hope that with his reckless leadership, he will maintain those guys at the GSC.
Thank you very much. You know, ladies and gentlemen, it's just unfortunate that we sit here and listen, because this is the Liberian People Network, so we gotta listen to the trash my brother talking about. You understand anything Joseph said? You understand anything he said? No, my man, way back. Well, you finished talking. We were quiet. Don't interrupt me. And I want to. No, don't interrupt me. No, seriously. I mean, this is the people show. Nobody understands that thing you're talking about. Tabata, you talking? 1 minute.
Then he didn't read the report.
Way back. But you can't do this. Don't interrupt me. You will have your time to speak. We sat down. We listened to you clearly. Then when you can win, they weren't troubling for you. All that thing you were talking about, that Jovial return, the people saved it, they put them on. You leaving all the CDC, all that 260 million flew all of the window. Why you couldn't talk about it? For this country to be faced, we got to separate. But excuse me, my friend, please, brother, please, calm down, relax. This is phone talk. For this country to be faced, we speak truth to power and we defend that which is right. 6 years under President George Manneh, we never saw this. 6 years. All of the 6 years, in 2 years alone, you spent over $260 million. You cannot show no receipt. You cannot show no invoices. You cannot show no documentation. $260 million flew out of the window. $260 million. Don't let her go there. Let the Liberian people know this. It's only important that we tell our Liberian people the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, share the show. Spoon Talk is on. Tell somebody it's a new day in Liberia. Tell somebody that after it is all said and done, the Liberian people will know the truth and they will know the lies. Tell somebody, let's go by the, I'm going to put all this thing up. I'm going to put them up. This is the report. We'll put it up. You will see. You can say anything you want to say. But what was done today by this gentleman and his team, I think the international community, the IMF, the World Bank, the UN, the EU, the White House, 10 Downing Street, they should be celebrating this young man. I don't care if that Joey appointed him. He's not doing it because of party. He's doing it because of country. Country first. You can sing that song now and say you were appointed by Joe. Yeah, you can sing that song. 216 million flew out of the window. 216 on a Joe. Yeah. Check in 2 years. Coming close to the election. Go ask Samora Wodokori. Where the 260 million here?
Show the evidence.
Okay? Kev, don't interrupt me, okay? I'm not in the mood for that today. I beg you, my brother. I beg you, brother Kev. Brother Kev, don't do this. I beg you, my friend. You will have your time, you will talk. You don't interrupt. So we're going to bring in Fubi. We want to welcome the show to Dr. Bople. Today we speak truth to power because it's a new day. New day in time. Liberians need to know that. We'll talk about the CDC groundbreaking. Of course, we got to talk about it. There's the People's Station. But when I sit here, you'll go ahead and see good things happening in the country and destroy it. How we create more criminals. Because everyone is just trying to be just. We want them to be unjust. And this will destroy our country. Fubi, let's hear you, my friend.
Yeah, so good evening, everybody. Good to be here tonight. It's good that you also nailed it, that you know that people show. So certain things we just compare to listen to them when they're being said. Yeah, so we don't have choice. But I also agree with you. I agree with Emmanuel. I agree with Camille. And you know, we can make all the spin it any kind of way we want to spin it and say, oh yeah, that George Weah appointed him. But Gaswa and his team would not have done this report under George Weah regime. They would never have done it. There were several credible reports that came out, and George Weah put it in the trash can and then threw it away. So to create the environment, and that's why the president first takes the credit. To create the environment to allow these kind of damning reports to come out is commendable. That's something that we should celebrate. And also, I agree with Emmanuel points also that the problem has not been with GSC, they have been with the political will. And you know, to ensure that whatever other report comes out of GSC is properly dealt with. And kudos to Gaswa and his team, Cesar Do and all the other guys that are there. There are a lot of professional guys that have worked at GSC now and past, but the political will to ensure that these other reports are implemented and executed when they come up, that has been Liberia's biggest problem. And we hope that with this announcement, it shouldn't be kept quiet and we shouldn't just go to the legislature, go to the president and nothing being done. The report is out. We are all happy. We're celebrating. Saving the country that amount of money is good. The next thing is the political will to ensure that going forward, all those dubious, creditors that we have on the list, they shouldn't be paid, and that should be a clear mandate. And possibly, even if they can go after some of them, and for if they agree that they actually had fraudulent business with the government, having their names there collecting, they should go after some of them. And when one or two persons are nailed, that will send a huge message for the future. And so President Boakai is a good step, and we hope that you can follow it through, the legislature can follow it through, and ensure that we see this report being implemented. And for the next budget, we shouldn't see any kind of huge domestic debt recurring from based on this other report. We shouldn't see that kind of huge land paying domestic debt when you know that this amount of money does not even exist, or the debt does not exist, but it was there, and some people were passing it around collecting kickbacks. So there's something that I think the government needs to ensure. So we'll see that. We look forward to seeing the budget passage, and we look forward to seeing those fine lines to see that at least domestic debt this time will not be as high as in the past, and that's something that we're seeing. So good job to Gaswa and his team. Good job to the president, and we look forward now to seeing the implementation aspect of it. That's a good part.
Thank you very much, Fubi. Josie, this is spoon over, man. Let me straight, my man. Don't take anything personal.
But yeah, you say your own. Let me say my own.
This is spoon talk. Forget about that.
Let's see how the trash before we were talking just now. That trash there, trash.
Josie, leave me alone. Relax, my man.
Yeah, but Spencer, how can you come on this platform? You don't even know what you're talking about, man.
Okay, so let's Guys, they do we have you today. You're very patient. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, but still, you can be having friends with it.
No, but without never say you and jealousy, you show us some respect now. We're making you.
Yeah, but not even friends with that kind of stuff.
You will have your time to talk. This is a serious day. This is a serious day in Liberia. This is not a joke. This is a serious day in Liberia. When you think people are celebrating Elon Musk, when you think the people realize the West in you say, because this country called America, we're trying to reclaim and make her people great again and make America to be America. How can Liberians do the same? People come out today and say, you owe me 300,000 pay. When that money will pay 3-4 times. Let's talk about the fierce urgency of now. And that's why we celebrate Joseph Yema Boakai in this fight. I would blame President Boakai if he made a mistake, but what he did to give instruction, tell me which one of the president have done so. Under John Molu leadership, Balasani didn't do it. When John Molu put a report off, Balasani fired John Molu. She refused to bring him back. Gafana didn't do it. Americana didn't do it. Brahma Kamara didn't do it. They were playing Kakaleka. They paid these people money and they had their own returns, a kickback has been alleged. And we said out here a young man that have all his future before him, his family, he's sacrificing he and his entire team to save the country 1 year budget almost, over $700 million. We're taught tired. This country will fight for the truth, and the truth will rise again. Dr. Bobla, let's hear you, my friend. It's good to see you on, sir.
Thank you, Stanton. It's good to be on. And good evening to all my friends and all those who watch and listen. I travel all over the place, and it amazes me how many people watch this show. Everywhere I go, Stanton, across the river, down here on the ground. So we're making a difference. So let's keep talking. I want to say that, when you're not in power, your responsibility of citizenship is not suspended. All of us have a responsibility to celebrate what's good, be critical of the things that hinder our progress. So it's just, we got to get to a place where not everything that happens, even when we want to celebrate, then we tie it to one person. Yeah, this person was there, they started it. That's what we all Liberians. And you're not in power now, so you're still a citizen. Now your real ownership there, you're a citizen. Celebrate. Somebody do something good, you celebrate. Somebody do something bad, you critical, and you try to introduce corrective measures. I met Joshua just for the first time, just this past weekend. Spent a little bit of time together, chatted. He's a very intelligent guy. Talk about the work at the GSC and those kind of things. A smart guy, and I appreciate the report done. But I want to caution all of us. Let's not lower the standards any more than it already has been. Liberia, we have lowered the standards so much. When you hire somebody to do a job, there's an expectation that will perform. What the man just did, he did a good job, but that's what we expect, that when you have the position, you do the job. And more than that, the truth be told, good leaders bring their own creative energy to the job. You innovate, you recreate, and you add value. So I applaud Mr. Jackson and the entire team for the good work done. And now, I think Fubi said it, and I will echo that, it's time to do part 2. When you uncover something, when you expose something, then deal with it. So it don't just be a temporary celebration and then back to business as usual. So I thank God for Mr. Jackson. I thank God for the team at the GSC. And I pray that we will move from just a revelation to persecution, and then we mitigate these things that keep taking poor people's money, Stanton, and sending it to places that they don't belong. I think it's something that all of us should celebrate, regardless of our political persuasion. It's good for the country.
Dr. Bobla, thank you very much. We have our own brother, Jefferson Giroux. Jefferson, it's good to see you, my friend. Sorry, Gibson Giroux. Gibson, it's good to see you, my friend. Thank you for joining us. You love to add your own word today, folks. Continue to share the show. It's a beautiful Friday, though. Celebrating birthday all over. Trust me, we will not be here too long. We all got to go regroup and get ready for CDC party headquarters groundbreaking tomorrow. So we'll speak on the issue very fast and we have to move on. My brother Gibson, let's hear you on this issue. You're muted, brother Gibson.
I didn't listen very well, but I read something in the chat room. I will hold my comment for now.
You hold your comment for now? Wow.
Yeah.
Very surprising. Very surprising. The truth can make Gibson to hold his comment for now. So I want to appreciate you, my brother Gibson. Thank you very much for holding your comment. So glad, guys. Gibson, you know I love you too. Let me say this to everybody. Let's try to do a last closing round on this. I want to put this up. And I just want you to see while we get to the bottom line, we'll read a different report here. All right. You got to see this. 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 My fellow Liberians, you got to see this. This is huge. Make no mistake. This is huge. How did we get here? Just if you're on the radio, right? Just take a look. Just take a look, please. And then let's ask ourselves, when our brothers on the other side, I tired blaming CDC. And because of you, CDC is not there today. So we'll move on to the good of the country, right? 2017 to 2018, $472,000. 2018 to 2019, $1.7 million. I want you to see. That means saying it is there. I want our men to come and argue on facts. 2019 to 2020, look at that amount. CAG, amen. Payment schedule, vendor analysis report. And we'll go through all the notes that come thereafter. 2020 to 2021, $75 million. 2019 to 2020, $28 million. 2021, July to December only, $32 million. 2022, $49 million. Fiscal altering, $27 million. You put all together, honor President George Manuel Weah alone, $216 million. Those of you that are accountants and economists, you'll go read it. You'll come back tomorrow and tell us. 200, God. You know, if this not hurting you, then the old crew Omana will say, "Can let me popo you." The Liberian people got to popo P. Gaswa Jackson. They got to put the Liberian Omana got to put the ball on the back, and they got to go right now and start celebrating President Baga and say, "Papa, thank you." Yeah, I'm saying that. But I know me, I can be on President Baga, but then when I'm saying it, are we serious that the problem? I know that the problem you're saying that you expected him to perform, but we have not seen this since Charlie King time. Because you know what we use to that the problem? We use to honor performance. So when something like this is done, wow. In America, I would say, well, I expected that because everybody watching. In Liberia, we are news, Carol. We are used to honor performance, Carol. So when this thing happens, it's that. The crew of man say, come on back, let me propose you. Can you see the numbers? Read the documents in the chat room. Go there and read it. Go and read it. The notes that follow. Doing the audit, look at the observation before we get down to this thing. We observed that management made payment against several claims recorded in the Government of Liberia fiscal all terms and the CAG domestic debt payment schedule. presented by management amounted to $260 million. $260 million. $260 million. Look at 1.6.1.4. Further, we obtain no evidence. Zero evidence of payment. Zero evidence. Now we'll go through everything. Carol, I hear you. Let's close on this thing. To be continued after CDC groundbreaking. Money will be fired. We just teasing with you guys, but if you go on the document, if you go through the document, if you read line by line and take notes, this is a good day for Liberia and Liberians home and abroad. This is a wonderful day for Liberia and Liberia home and abroad. Carrie, let's close on this thing. Let's start with you. Why are you guys showing your hand?
Why you joking me to carry now?
Why you guys do this thing? I mean,
But you and Jeff will say the same thing. So let me speak on something here. I think, Kev, this is a point where we go beyond the politics and we start to think country, and we start to think, is this good for us as a country? I think as panelists, on this show, our key question should be, is this good for the country? Because we all profess to want what is good for Liberia. Emmanuel is always here talking about, let's bring Cummings because Cummings is going to revolutionize things. Kev is saying George Weah should come back because he will do things that's better. So let's ask ourselves, an audit of the national debt, put it in the situation of an individual. You have a debt that's holding you back, stifling your fiscal space, making it impossible for you to make certain kinds of interventions, clustering up your resources. An audit has come to clarify that space. Let's ask the question, is it good for the country? Let's not ask, is it good for me personally? Or is it good for my party? Or is it good for the group of people I'm associated with? Ask yourself, is it good for the country? And when I ask that question, there's only one response I find myself making, resoundingly. This is very good for the country. Because at the end of the day, we continue to complain that resources are scarce. We continue to go with begging bowl to international financial institutions, asking them to come and supplement our budget, whether through loans, credit facilities, grants, direct budget support, all kinds of instruments. We are signing on daily mortgage in the country because we don't have the resources as we claim. Yet, we're not prepared to do the internal house cleaning. So at the end of the day, let people take out the partisan cap, the question of who did what, and focus on that report and whether it's good for the country. And again, I must applaud Gaswa for his courage. Because I know as a young person in Liberia, in our society, especially the level of interconnections that we have, it's quite difficult to reach those kinds of decisions. I know he has an able team, but ultimately they say, well, he says the head that wears the crown. So he's the one pushing the agenda of this GAC. And so therefore, this is very good for the country. And second, like you pointed out, I think when we return, let us painstakingly go through this report in order to unpack it and see what really it is saying and what are the implications for governance going forward. But I would say also, as we gave Gaswa his props, that we must also recognize the political space and will that has given room for something like this to happen. President Boykai is the one that has created this environment that we can debate a report like this, that a report of this nature can come out into the public space. And let's be fair about it. That's what has happened. We need more of these things. People in transparency and accountability need to be given the reassurances from political leadership that you can do your work without being fettered or held down or ostracized. And I think that's what President Boyka has done. And we will see more of these things from Gaswa and his team in the future because the fertile ground has been given. Thank you, CEO.
No, and that's the reason why we come on the show every day to tell the Liberian people, when folks in this government, I'm not talking about opposition, try to play games, right? We expose them. Because these are the reports we want as Liberians. This is the reason why the rescue came to power. These are the reason why people should sit down and boast and say, yes, thank God. This is what we're waiting for. At least we got but one person. And Jesus turned to them. After blessing them, 9 left, 1 came back. And Jesus said, where are the other 9? They go on their own shopping spree. They go on their own celebration. But one person will appreciate it. And the person came back. The person said, Lord, I don't know. And we were looking around. After we beat on Commerce Minister, Moda, after we beat on Goba Jala, after we beat on all of them, we said, but what that one person that was stand alone with Joseph Yeman Boaka and bring about reform? Where's that one person? And here we go. The man, his team are saving over $700 million, Liberians. You need to hear this. You need to hear this. And he walked majestically with a humble heart to go and meet President Boaka and say, sir, Your Honor, Mr. President, these are the reports. We have fought a good fight. With temptation coming from all angles. People saying we gave you 100,000. Somebody said I gave you 50,000. Oh, you will not see that hustle. The government will not make it. Let's eat it right now. Let's build our houses. Let's build our bank account. When CDC on the whole administration will put you on $260 million with all the kickback given to them. I'm not calling name my Liberian people. The young man didn't look at it. He could have gotten 5 million, 10 million. He said, no, I came here for a reason. I have my children's future to protect. I have my children's future to protect. And I got to do that which is right for my legacy and the legacy of this president to remain. And today, they have gone down in history. I'm not going to say no, man, I'm overjoyed.
I have something to say now. I got something to say now.
Let's go to Kev, go ahead.
Central, let me say this. I hope you see the promised land. Because you speak like
promised land, you went to heaven. So even if I see the promised land, I will go to heaven.
But let me say this. I'm glad you're praising the appointee of George Manuel Weah. It's not a bright side of the, well, I would say the bright side of this government is George Manuel Weah appointee. It's a good thing. But let me speak to Emmanuel, your doctor. Let me speak to Dr. Bople, your doctor. Let me speak to the journalists who were back in the days. Jerome, let me speak to you. Only one government since 1971 who were in power more than any other government in the history since 1971 in Liberia. If anyone can guess? It's the Unity Party. It's a Unity Party. Do your math. Tower, 10 years, right? Samarkand, 10 years. The Unity Party is going to go for 18 years. And then you talk about the destruction of our nation and the death and the corruption of our nation, and you pointing to a 6-year government. Why you get James David and son, 4.5 million among that 7 million. I'm speaking to you guys. I'm speaking to Emmanuel. I'm speaking to Dr. Bobler. I'm speaking to Jerome. No other government in the history. I wish Uncle Sam were here. No other government in the history since 1971. And then we sit here and say 6 years government, there will be 18 years. Towa took 10 years, Do took 10 years, Madam Ellen and Jose Imabaka took 12 years. And in that 12 years, it's 14 years now, Jose Imabaka is still there. Then the Unity Party will have the audacity to speak. This is shameful.
Thank you, Ken.
Every problem in the country, it should be pointed to Unity Party. And it will be shameful. You three guys will not speak to this.
Thank you, Kev.
And we should speak to this. And I will continue to speak to this. This is the longest serving government since the execution.
Thank you, Kev.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kev. Thank you. Kev, Emmanuel, we want to come to you just 1 minute. This is exactly what we say. When you get nothing to say because of the truth. When you have nothing to say, my fellow Liberian, and I love my brother.
Let me see those guys debunk
but wait,
let me see your behavior. Let me see your behavior with a last set to bamboozle your mind. A set of bamboozle your mind. If it's not true, let me see a set of bamboozle your mind. I'll wait.
Thank you, Kev. Thank you, Kefiko. Kefiko, thank you. You know, we got some. Listen, David Park, the former director for the program, the American program in Liberia, he said there are more good people in Liberia than bad people. And he went further to say there's much more good people in Liberia than bad people. But guess what? The good people will always win. Kev got nothing to say on this report. He taking out back that 24-year Unity Party, 18-year Unity Party. That make progress here, guys. Yeah, you're going to understand this thing. Yeah, you know, Kev, wait. So this is but Kev start yelling now. Kev start yelling. But here's the thing. Kev said 24-year, send independent day that United Party. Let's agree. Let's move on. Let's do it today. My brother Emmanuel, come.
Yes, then on this, how I'm going to end on this topic. First, I want to congratulate the Auditor General of Liberia, Mr. Jackson, for a very wonderful job that he has done, for the revelation that he has shared with the Liberian people. I think he and his team did a great job. And as I said before, the men and women that work at the GSC are professional people. They are some of the most respectable Liberians I have come across. And they do carry on a good job, especially in auditing. But this is where the challenge is. Now that this report has been revealed, I hope we Liberians will be angry. Will be angry enough to follow this report to the National Legislature. Will be angry enough to see prosecutor from the Ministry of Justice prosecuting people. That's when we can understand, as my brother Kanyo have said, that the political environment is paved, is neat, is good, is working, because we see people being prosecuted. It's one thing to put up this report, have us excited about it, have us engaged in it, but it's another thing for us to see the political will. And I pray that will become angry enough, and those in the legislature hearing about this $700 million will be angry enough, and that the prosecutors at the Ministry of Justice will be angry enough, and we see people going to court. We see money is being paid back to the government coffers. So congratulations to the team as GSC. I have no doubt that we have great, wonderful, and highly intelligent Liberians working at the GSC. Thank you for the great work you have done. And Auditor General Jackson, thank you for the great job you have done. Now, this ball is going to the court of the political side. My brother Kanyo said the environment is there. So Kanyo is going to your decks. Please clean the environment up and let us see people going to court, and let's see money coming into government coffers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eman. Thank you a lot. We appreciate your comment. Chawasi, you want to close on this?
Yes, thank you, Stanton. And then I too want to congratulate the team at the GSC.
Chawasi, I can go before you to give you some ideas.
No. Don't overlook the man talking point, man. Don't do that.
My brother, I can request allowance.
The man get his own idea. You disrespecting the man. Don't do that on the show.
This report you guys are discussing is convoluted. It's even affecting.
But do it in the bag, but brother Gabe said, do it in the bag. Even if you want the man time, do it in the bag.
Oh wait, Jefferson, go ahead. But I already discovered the problem.
No, wait.
So, Tata, I want to congratulate the team at the GSC for the good work they've done, and they put our country first, and that's true. And Tata, I wish you would be even more patriotic to pull all the other metrics that is not covering from 2018 towards 2023. You need to show that metrics, because we are talking about 700 million. You just pulled out about 260 million. What happened with the balance 500 million? That was covered under the 12 years of the Unity Party oversaw by Joseph Boakai. You need to put that up too, so that people know the damage that Unity Party caused to this country. You got an audit report on the Ministry of Finance. For less than 2 years, they cannot account for $115.5 million. They cannot account for that. Just conducted in 2025 by the GSC, they cannot account for that amount of money. But you show you 216 million over 6 years. I agree. No government is perfect, but let's also be patriotic enough to give the Liberian people the entire picture of the audit report. Show the 12 years. Show the 12 years under Unity Party as Joseph Boakai as vice president. Show that. Let's show it. Let's show the metrics of the 115 million in less than 2 years that have been stolen from the Ministry of Finance under Gafuan's leadership. There's a lot have been going on in our country, like the way Emmanuel said. Yes, we agree these things happen. If we feel, or if this government feel that those transactions were illegitimate, let's prosecute them. Let recover those monies. We agree. But let's show the entire metrics. Let's show every portion. We show only 6 years, so let's show let's show 12 years back to see how much damage they caused. I read through the metric. You see even worse report. Worse. In the 12 years under the Unity Party. So yes, you do a very good work, Stanton, to show the Liberian people what happened from 2018 to 2023. But let's show what happened before 2018. 12 years back, let's show how much damage the Unity Party caused to our country. These guys have done a perfect job. It helped the country, yes. But we cannot show one side of the metrics. Let's show both sides of the metrics. Show what happened on 12 years under the Unity Party. Then we can compare what happened under the Unity Party 12 years. Because we're talking about 700 million. You just showed 216 million, which we don't support. Yes, if the government can authenticate that these transactions were fraudulent, then you can prosecute those people. But we cannot show one side of the metrics. Let's show the 12 years under the Unity Party when Joseph Boakai was vice president. How much damage they caused to our country. We need to be clear, because this is a national discussion. These guys have saved our country over $700 million. So we thank God for them. We appreciate the work they've done. And like Emmanuel said, we need the legislature to take action. But let's see. Let's put up to the 12 years under the Unity Party. Let's see how much went through out the window. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Jefferson. And, I'm so happy that we are not that many who can talk freely. And I do appreciate you. Like I said, and I think kind of you remember in Fubi, that Monday, we'll discuss the rest of this report. Everybody will be given the chance. Again, I just put it in the chat room. If you never had the time to read it, it's in our chat room. Every one of us in the chat room. Let's go through it line by line, and let's discuss it fully on Monday. The rest of the team will be here. Uncle Sam, I have a proper idea, and other people will be here to discuss the report. So I want to say to you, but what I saw in this report from last year to now, I think it's a great day for Liberia, and you can play your politics, right? But I would just stick to what I put in and say, yes, indeed, it's a great day for our country. Fubi, let's hear your closing on this.
Yeah, you said it right. And if we can only just take away, like Kanye said, take away the partisanship and take that hat off and put the patriotic hat on, we'll see it differently. Because you guys want to spin it with CDC versus Unity Party, that's why you will have all of these attacks coming. The 216 million they're talking about is not part of the 700 plus savings. The 260 million that was the damage done during CDC time, the one that they gave out, the one they issue out, the one they paid out. So that's the damage that was done. It's not the 700 plus million savings. That's a different ball game altogether. And it also said that I think from 2017 back to 1980, I think they didn't see any report on expenditure. So let's get that. So if you want to see that, I don't think the report covered that. I will look at it in detail to see, but just the one that was posted up, it said that there was no record for those periods. So firstly, let's say, look, the political will, the political environment. GAC had never been a problem. GAC had good auditors. And I remember during weird time when those auditors were dying. One of my friends was working. One of the other people, he left the country. He sent me chatting on Facebook Messenger. He said, man, I had to run away because what the things that were happening and myself was in direct line with some of those with those guys that they killed. So myself had to leave. And tonight, I think Papi Jackson and guys doing all those guys at GAC, they can all go to bed sleeping and sleep sound without worrying about somebody coming to kill them because they release a dummy or the report. That's a plus.
I don't blame you. I blame Stanton.
You gotta show the man. You gotta show the man respect. You don't do
respect.
If you're not ready to come on the show, then that's fine. You gotta show the man respect.
You get into show some respect because you are not knowledgeable than me in any capacity. You must have said that in class that would do you. All the class will say that. So don't do that.
Instead of showing respect to you, then you're showing disrespect to the man.
Yeah, they respect you too. So that I go to a level.
Fubi, let's get to the topic. I beg you, sir.
I go back there. So this is the issue. People don't like to hear the fact, but you got nothing to say about the stuff. You're not compared to. This is about Liberia. The other report shows that Liberia will be saved about $700+ million. So that, and our point now is, look, the auditors have done a good job. Thanks to the president for commissioning that kind of audit, because other presidents failed to do that. Now, the next step is what we want to see. The 2026 budget, we don't want to see that huge domestic debt. And that's what happened with the past regime. For 6 years, they issue out $216 million on domestic debt. If they have probably audited that debt, probably they will have saved the government $900+ million. Means, yeah, the 216 plus the 700 plus, you add that 900+, and CDC was taking that credit down, but they didn't. They were basically issuing those money because they felt that they could also get a huge kickback and do other stuff. So now this government has said that we will take this by the home. Let's commend the government because it saves the country a huge sum. Some of that money that will pay the people go to few person pockets, can go to roads, can go to the agricultural project, can go to small businesses, can go to avenues that can support and jumpstart the economy that will all cry and say the economy is down. That's what we should be talking about now because it's in the interest of the country. And some of you that said, yes, your family members will benefit. Some of you in the front, if they face good road, you will ride on the roads. If they improve the hospital, you will get sick and run to one of the hospitals and they will take care of you. Because there is a savings from government that we go into some of those areas to help to improve the society. That's what we recommending. And our CDC was a worker of Adowia, was a worker who appointed. Worker was violating for 12 years, yes, but worker didn't preside over domestic debt. Worker didn't pay, he didn't issue one check for domestic debt payment. Worker didn't accrue any domestic debt on the payroll. I mean, on government record. You can't blame worker for that. So make you gonna comment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Brother Fubi. Let's hear you, Dr. Boakland, while we close on this one.
Stanton.
Yes, sir.
Anything good that happens for the country, everybody should celebrate. All of us. There is a time for everything. There's a time to put your stake in the ground. There's a time to do your political partisan stuff. But if something like this comes out, and I think the counselor asked the question, what should be our response? Is it good for the country? The answer is yes. It's good for the country. And let's see what more good can come from it as we really mine the report and see who's there and see who is trying to take poor people's money. And let's create a deterrent so that the next set of folks cannot attempt to do the same thing. We ought to be that people that come together and help build a country. You know, it amazes me, to tell you the truth. I rarely think we need to change the name opposition. Opposition is just a bad nomenclature. And the reason is simply this. You say opposition. People have said, even on the show, Stanton, they say, my role is to oppose. No, you're just a non-ruling party. Your role can't be to oppose. You can't oppose everything. You ought to be helping build something. So when the next election comes, you can point to the Liberian people and say, look, I was not even in power. I was doing X, Y, and Z. I was helping to improve my community. But if you see yourself as opposition, then everything that's said, right or wrong, you just oppose. If it's right, you oppose it because you think that's your job. This one, no opposition, man. Patriotic Liberians must celebrate. Save the poor people money, and let's find out who really were trying to do what that was wrong, persecute them, and deter people from doing the same thing. That's what we do. And that one, that Liberian thing there, and UP, CDC did a Liberian thing. We're to celebrate together.
Dr. Bogler, thank you. We're going to bring in our brother who couldn't speak at first, but he had received so many text messages. Now he's about to speak. You did. You received so many text messages. Somebody told me, say, Gibson, but they were texting me. They didn't know they were texting me. And they thought they were texting you. I can read it, but I don't want to call their name. They say Gibson and they put a message there. So go
Gibson,
ahead.
you know that will count.
They didn't know they were texting me. They texted my number, but they calling me Gibson. So what they meant about to say, I already know. So go ahead. Go ahead, Gibson.
Oh my God. Stanton, nobody had texted me, but I was able to go over the pieces of document that are in the chat room and the one you put up. So what I did was, when you put up one of the documents, I screenshot it from my perspective, from my end, and I want us to look at it for a little bit. There's a screenshot that says Audit General Report, which has to do with observation. I want you to go to that observation for a bit. And if you want to put it up, that's fine. That would be great for us. But I want you to observe.
Is this it?
Beautiful. If you look at our audit report, the period it covers, it says the 1st of January 1980 to the 31st of December 2024. Start on take you can take it down. The second document you put up was the specification spending voucher or voucher report. If you look there, it says from 1980 to 1917 or 2017, there was no payment records available. Now that report is telling us that during Ellen, the whole of Ellen regime, they couldn't find any report about domestic payment. That's what they say. No payment or domestic payment. Ellen government did not pay anything. Ellen government did not document anything. The whole from 2005 to 2017, Ellen did not pay anything. But even worse than that, look at the last part of that document. It says the report supposed to cover from 1980 to 2024, December 31st, not January 1st. But the current specification stopped to 2023 January. Why? Why did it stop to 2023 January? This report is a hate report. This report was intended to convolute the launching or the groundbreaking of CDC tomorrow. That is what the report intended to do. There is no way that this brother can tell me the same thing he did from 1980 to 2017, that he said no payment records are available for this period. Why he couldn't do that for January 1st to December 31st, 2024. What's stopping from doing that? What's stopping from doing that? If there was no domestic expenditure from January 1st to December 31st during Joseph Boakai administration, why didn't you say that there's no payment records are available for these periods as well? The same thing you did from 1980 to 2017. So this, what it tends to do is to make this a political target job, just to convolute the groundbreaking ceremony that is going on tomorrow, to create doubt, to kill the spirit of seditions who are going and say, oh, they say our government was corrupt, and creating the Liberian people that process is corrupt. So I want to know, I want to ask, anybody can answer me, why is it this report did not say from January 21st to January 31st, 2024, why there was no record available to show to us? Why they stopped to January of 2023 when the period covered 1980 January 1st to 2024 December 31st? What happened to January 1st to December 31st? What happened in between there?
Thank you very much.
Fake report. There's nothing in the report to believe. There's nothing in the report to make me believe that Georgia are even corrupt.
Are you asking a question or you want us to answer? You want us to answer your question?
No, I don't want you to answer. I already got an answer. The answer to this question is, all of us sit down here. Dr. Bropler, you are very versed in financial activities. Exactly. Brother Daniel, I wanted to expect it from Greg. How come you didn't see that? Okay. When somebody cover from December 1st to January 1st, 1980, they report they are making cover January 1st, 1980 to December 31st, 2024. What happened to January 1st, 2024 to January 31st, 2024? Why didn't you question that? Why did you leave it out? The whole report is a hate job, it's a propaganda, and I don't believe anything about it.
So Gibson, take it, Dr. Bobla, 1 minute, I beg you. Count it 1 minute. Let's just take our time. Like I said before, my fellow Liberians, this one, opposition will not cut it. This one, Gibson, you ever see Gibson on a Friday show? Gibson got on Saturday and Sunday. They sent Gibson here today. Gibson wait. No, Gibson wait. I'm not Gibson. Gibson, let me help you. Have you guys ever seen Gibson? Show me one video that Gibson ever came out on a Friday. You find Gibson on a Saturday and Sunday. This thing is sugar, honey, iced tea. Take the first letter and spell the word. This is wrong. Gibson know that he's bluffing. When Gibson came on the show, he said, I got nothing to say. They made a text and said, I'm going to profile that thing. My fellow Liberians, let's go back to the report. You heard Gibson say he never read the report entirely. Kyle, you on the show. When I asked him the first question, he said, oh, I read it yet. Do you think in the last 5 minutes Gibson not read our whole document? Is that what you want to believe? Gibson is a chief propagandist.
I'm smarter than Phoebe. That's what I tried to read faster.
Wait, Gibson is a chief propagandist. It didn't work for Tewan Gonglo, so Gibson went to CDC. Because he tried, it didn't work for Tewan Gonglo. So now he pivoted to the CDC. Maybe it will work for CDC, but it will not work on this network. Gibson, let's come to your issue. First of all, the $260 million transaction with us supporting document. When they said $260 million, all the document, those were disqualified claims. If you read the document, the report from start to end, that document of $260 million that was showing the Liberian people, we've been begging everybody, nobody can get any one piece of paper on it. Nobody can verify the money that went out. Am I not hearing me? The other document people are saying with disqualified claim is part of the report. We received document, let me be professional here now. We received document, we received this thing, but we are disqualifying those claims. But the one that received nothing on, that $260 million. So on the draws, but we are, the people are just putting a whistle WhatsApp. No document, they ask them, who got a company, Kev Hassan and Sierra Leone?
$200,000, no document to show. Who get it from the Jefferson and the UNDP? 500,000, no document to show. They call them, they send a letter, they refuse to come and show face. You gotta stop this. I hear every day on the show, and I'm doing it for the Liberian people because our country must be redeemed. Gibson, you talk about 2024. The 2024 payment that you see that is not there because it was supported. Read the rest of the report, Gibson.
But Stato, I can confront to you. That's not true.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. When you're ready to talk, somebody
I will respond when we finish, right? Can I respond when we finish?
Yeah. Okay. Everybody will respond. I don't do that. Let's take our time and enjoy ourselves. You don't do that intentionally just for people to just believe in you. Emmanuel, go from number 1 page to the last page. It's there. Gibson didn't read it. He said, what about the 2024? What about the 2024? The 2024, those documents are there. What you need to know is in there. Go find it. But the 2024 was supported. The one that you see, $216 million, they were never supported. Up to today, we're still looking for those invoices. Up to today, we're still looking for those checks. Up to today, we're looking for them. They were never supported, Gibson. Don't do this. Before, there were inadequate supporting documents. Those documents were inadequate. They are going over them. 2024 had document receipt here and there. You can find your own reason not to believe it, fine. But the people get paper. They get paper. They are going after the paper. They get paper.
But CEO, let me just provide, let me
finish with this. Let me respond.
But for you to sit on the show and say, but what about the 2024? Why didn't put it there? Gibson, the one that they been beyond Jowia and Samuel Twain, they been beyond Eugene Nangbe, they been beyond Samara Wodokoli, they been beyond Jangako, the party acting chairman. They refuse as of today to show any one document that the one we're talking about. 260 million flew outside the window. They've been beyond Miguel. They've been beyond Joe Howard Taylor. That's the one we're talking about. That one they get no document for it. Bring the document, we have the argument. Check that you can read, man. You read a newspaper. You got cleaner that we're about to close. You got radio station that we're so shut down. You know that very well. Guys.
Okay, let me respond. Give me 30 seconds.
I want to just give some feedback
I'm an issue he responding to. Let me give me 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds.
No, maybe when I provide this feedback, it will help to address the question you raised.
Can you go ahead? Can you go ahead? No problem.
Because you asked for what is the schedule of the payments for 2024. That was your question. Because the audit of the debt covered that period. But if you look at the caption, the schedule that was listed was for payments that had no supporting documentation.
But that's what you can read.
So, no supporting documentation. So wherein there is supporting documentation, that schedule is not included because there is documentation to support the transactions. But where there was no documentation, that's how these were included. So the period you are referring to, there were documents supporting those payments. That's why they are not included in the schedule. Only those without documentation were included in the schedule. No. You know, Fubi, I used to do accounting before I departed and went to do law. So I get a little bit of understanding, you know, as somebody with a first degree in accounting. And once upon a time, aspiring CPA before I got tired with all that plenty calculation and left. So that's the whole idea of the schedule.
All right, guys, we got to move on. We'll keep
it. No, you give me 30 seconds. I bet you. This is important. Yeah, thank you very much. Good. Thank you. No, Canio, I disagree. Here is why I disagree. Look at the schedule one more time and see that from 1980 to 2017, the compliance report or payments, the CAG payment, it says in the comment section, no payment records are available for these records. I want to bring your attention to this. They are telling us the whole of Ellen Johnson administration, no domestic payment was made. No payment was made. No document available to any payment. If there was payment, they want us to believe that. The reason why they didn't put it there is because they don't want to offend Ellen. Number two, let me say my own. This thing will not stick. This is why it will not stick. Look at the last part of the Canio. If you have a schedule of domestic debt payment and you have a section that says from 1980 to 2017, we don't have any record to this place. From 2018 to 2023 December, we have record to this thing. From January 2024 to December 2023, we have sufficient record to support payment. Why wasn't that made? Why was it left conspicuously silent?
So Gibson,
this report is a hit job that came up today because CDC is doing their launching, they're groundbreaking tomorrow, so they can create doubt in the Liberian people.
Gibson,
to feel the momentum of CDC.
Gibson, my brother, thank you very much. I think CDC are going to hire you, but now you are discouraging them. They will not take you. Get back to Dr. Poplar. Dr. Poplar, please.
See, I just want to say this. So the report has already been stated. This segment report, the auditors here know, when you're doing an audit report for a republic, that's small thing, is massive. So this part of the product of a forensic work, say unsupported claims or debt or payments, whatever. This portion, but Gibson, I credit you. You did ask a good question. What about that 1980 to 2017? So that's a good question. The question is not for us on this panel. The question is for the GSC. Ask them, and then we can continue the concern. Let them respond to that. You know what I mean, or say something to that effect. What I do want to say though is the whole claim about timing and groundbreaking, my brother. That's to me that's a stretch. How would they want to affect the groundbreaking? Is a celebratory time for a big political party. Are you kidding?
Can I ask a question to Dr. Problem?
Yeah, but this
we got to go on, man.
Problem, me ask you before you end your statement. I beg you.
No, let Dr. Problem finish talking.
The report to me has absolutely nothing to do with CDC groundbreaking mall, and CDC groundbreaking should proceed. It should be celebratory, and they do that thing. I don't see the connection between, we got to report, so it dampens our celebration. I don't see the connection. But again, that's just me.
Dr. Boblet, thank you very much. Don't take too long now because we got to go.
No, there's only one question I want to ask Dr. Boblet. If you assume that the 1980 to 2017 report is for the people to ask, does it not bring you to a question that if we have this unsubstantial report schedule, we will have the substantial report schedule in our report? Don't you think so?
No, but Gibson, I credit you now. I said the fair question. I credit you. So you ask a question. I'm saying let's follow that. Ask the question to the appropriate people, and maybe we'll get some more to talk about. I'm just saying for what's presented to us, I think Liberians should celebrate for this portion of the forensic work done is good for the country, and we want to see more. But your question is fair, so ask that question to the GSC.
But so let's put it like this, Dr. Boblet. It's only fair, right, Dr. Boblet, if Gibson can read the report and come back on Monday, right? Gibson didn't read the entire report. And it's bad for our audience. This is short learning. And Dr. Boblet, you know what happened? When people misinform themselves, but not completing, getting to their end with comprehension, the text, the exam will come from chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. Gibson is reading chapter 1. The two questions, the last 7 questions from chapter 2 and chapter 3. Gibson is arguing with the instructor why all the questions that came from chapter 1.
But you were told for the past 3 weeks that this exam is coming from chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. Who fault it is? And as a matter of fact, that open book exam, they say go to chapter 3, Gibson said I will stay to chapter 1. People, this is an embarrassment. This man on radio station, he opened it. He got
Why you making me laugh like this?
He
Why
got
you making me laugh?
He got newspaper. How can Gibson be given, Carol, an open book exam for the first 3 chapters? 1, 2, and 3. Gibson said, no, I will only focus and use all my time on chapter 1.
So where the chapter 3 can you put it off?
The exam is multiple choice. The teacher has circled all the correct answer in chapter 2, chapter 3. Gibson said, I'm going there. Let's read something.
Yes.
Liberian people, this is a good day for Liberia. Auditor General position. Management assertion were not supported by documentary evidence. The General Auditing Commission, GAC, formally requested a list of supporting documents on October 31st, 2024 to facilitate the audit process, including payment vouchers, copy of checks, cash invoices, delivery notes, and or job completion certificate, and other relevant supporting documents to validate the authenticity of domestic debt payment. Despite multiple follow-ups. Your my Liberian people, with the designated audit focal person, the requested document was not submitted during the audit process, see Exhibit 1, for evidence of receipt of the document request listing by the offices of the Minister of Finance and Development Planning and the Deputy Minister for Economic Management. Let me frank. You can tie this, you can tie this to your party program breaking. You're not a business. There is a failure. But there is a failure. I will say that like Nigerian man. There is a failure. You know there is a failure. Our country needs to do better, and we are trying. When the government fails, we tell the government. But to all Liberians, while we close on this, my fellow Liberians, wait for Monday. We will show you this line by line, precinct by precinct, a little here and a little there. And the Liberian people will rejoice that the decision, because of the command of President Joseph Yema Boaga, that we cannot be giving money away foolishly to enrich people in government. Honor Samuel D12, my good friend Samuel 12. Honor President George Manawia, Nathaniel Fallow Michael. Samora Wolokodi, where is he today? Party acting chairman Janga Cole. These were guys that ran the Ministry of Finance. Honor their leadership. The country went down, but we still looking for $260 million. Who they pay it to? Who they get $260 million to? My fellow Liberian, ask them. They must tell us who they gave $260 million to. We should question them. You can't pay somebody and we don't know who you paid. You use taxpayer money. You pay somebody. Who they gave $260 million to. And you see what the people say here. As a matter of fact, we'll spend the rest of the show on it. I'm getting tired. Let's talk it. Come about low. Payment vouchers, copy of checks, cash invoices, delivered notes. Nothing nobody can show for it. This is an embarrassment. See, this can show one still willing. So I mean that. And Senator will get fair with me. I know you will call me. Mama, okay. But you will get fair. These guys then used to go ahead. Can you? And write. Check payment. Nobody don't know where you're going. Nobody's seeing it. It's in the report. Why should we do this to our country? Mama, welcome to the show. No, let's give you time for you to add to this. Then we'll close the program. Because I can't wait. We're talking about CDC party headquarters tomorrow. We'll be there to them.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
No. Let's hear from Mama Mama, I beg you, man. Just continue.
Come on, man. You finish conking my head. Want Mama to come by my head thing.
Read the report, Mama. Let's hear you.
Yes, Stanton is good to be. It's good to be on. I just joined. I wanted to speak to this thing that Gibson and other people try to spin. The Auditor General did not just stop at the Ministry of Finance. This public service announcement I sent it to Stanton because they realized they were dealing with vendors. So if your name on the list and you claim, like in the case of Inabono and her daughter company, Anita Group of Company, if you claim the government owe you over 700,000, the GSC put out an announcement. See, everybody who claimed the government owe you and we did not see your document at the Ministry of Finance, bring your document to the Auditor General. The contract you signed with government, bring it to the Auditor General. The work you did, bring evidence of the work you did. Let's verify it directly with you. And once we satisfy, we'll pay you. They put the announcement up, I send the announcement to Stanton, they share it around. And you claim government gets 700,000 for you, or even 300,000, and you cannot show up with your document. It was a scam. That's the reality. And this has been the culture. People at the Ministry of Finance will tell those they connected to, put your name, I put your business name on the domestic debt. I put 500,000, I put 250,000. If you go through the system, you give me 100,000, you take 150. That has been a culture. Some of the people on that list are legit, but a good number of them are fraudulent. And that is the reason why when the GSC asked them and said, bring your document, even though we did not see it to the Ministry of Finance, they could not show up. What work Anita did for Liberia that is coming to almost 700,000 government owe them? And the list of the other people. This audit report is good. We need to move one step forward with it. It's helping us to save a lot of money. The reason why you guys are fighting is because the funding came very close to George Weah. The chief of protocol owns a company that is included in the funding. That's all you're fighting for. But any normal human being will appreciate the funding and ask for additional steps to be taken. It has nothing to do with your party headquarters. It's about saving resources. That would be my opening comment on it.
Stanton, can I come in?
So
no, wait.
Mame, why are you
slow down? Everybody will speak. We're going to end on this. We're going to discuss it. This will be the topic for today.
Yeah.
And then we go ahead and talk about CDC party. But Kev, we do start with Kanyo Barbara, then we come to you, then we'll move around. So hold on 1 minute. Kanyo, we'll talk about this. We'll press on CDC party tomorrow, then we'll end the show. Talk to me.
Well, again, my position has not changed on the report. I think we must all take away the partisan lens and examine the report for what it is. Subject it to general standards that such reports are supposed to be subjected to, and engage with it as such. The report has a whole period that it looked at. It didn't isolate any one period and say we will stick here. The period was open. It examined a whole period. Now, folks may want to make it, my brother Kev talk about the witch hunt, aspect. Anybody can pick up any finding within the report and decide to dwell upon that finding. That is not the responsibility of the GSC to tell people who read the report where they want to focus, what nature of business they are looking at, and the debts that are there. That's not the GSC. The GSC work is just to do an audit and present the information and say, look, this is what we found. And this is what the GSC has found. And I believe, further to Mame's point, I was not privy to that information, but he mentioned that where there are issues with the report, these entities were bilaterally via public medium invited by the GSC to come and validate. So I believe that even now, if there are particular issues that people or entities will have with the report, it should be an honor to step up and say, look, I believe that this isn't proper. I believe that I have my documentation and there is clear wrongdoing by the GSC, and bring the information forward. But void of bringing any other information or documentation forward to justify, the wrong labeling or the alleged wrong labeling somebody may claim, we just have to celebrate that this is saving the country a lot of resources and give the kudos to President Boakai. There has to be a point where we engage with matters of the country void of a partisan lens. And I know it's extremely difficult for people to swallow, because at the end of the day, most times we are consumed by political power. What suits my side? What do I stand to benefit? That sort of thing. But Big Brother Jeru, sometimes you have to put your side, one side, and engage with the facts and the evidence as a patriotic Liberian. And maybe you may be asking valid questions, probably because you haven't had the time to look at the report. But I will urge you, go back and read the report and look at the substance. And I will say, if you are placed in a position where your credibility is called into question, you step up, you provide the evidence, and you clear your name. That's how it should be done. But void of that, we all just have to, I can't fathom why any patriotic Liberian will not celebrate a report that saves the country $700 million. There's absolutely no reason why any Liberian who cares about this country, CDC, UP, anything in between, will not celebrate a report like this. And of course, celebrating the environment that gave rise to this report and the leadership that gave rise to the report. I think it's something we should all do. So CEO, my comments may sound a bit redundant, but I think it's just mind-boggling that we are still stuck on the partisan approach to something like this. Liberia has to move forward. Leadership will change, but institutions that hold us accountable and that ensure that scarce resources can support activities in our country, I don't think we should play politics with them. Let's engage with this proactively, patriotically, and if there are issues, go back to whoever may have issues and say, look, bring the evidence, clear your name. And I think that's the way it should be. And that would be my comment.
Thank you very much. Let me put it up. Can we come to just 1 minute? I'll put this up. Let me put this up. Let me play. The 2024, November 26th, last year, November 26th, almost 1 year. The General Auditing Commission announces the commencement of the second phase of the Government of Liberia domestic debt audit, covering all 15 counties. The scope of the audit is from January 1st, 1980 to December 31st, 2024. Now, let me put this also up. The General Auditing Commission, GSC of Liberia domestic debt audit covering the period from 1980 to 2021. Now, this was when Samuel Twe, Finance Minister, and then the Auditor General at the time, put in this request. Well, how far it went, we can question that on Monday. I just got to be fair here. The purpose then, the goal was to independently audit the government domestic debt and allow claimants to present their claim. Well, actually, was this done? The announcement just came forward, we investigate. But let's come back to the point here. Under this government, all claims that were not submitted during the first phase of the validation period are required to be submitted to the GSC. Additionally, claims that were deemed inadequate and not accepted for validation during the first phase of the validation period can be resubmitted with all relevant documents consistent with the qualifying criteria stated below. It's very clear. People didn't show up. To be frank, the argument can be made Some people say we didn't get your document. Well, they can question that. It's their right to do so. But as of that time, $260 million flew out of the window without documentation, without checks. And we are not saying this. And I love what Kanye said. It's not GSC report or business to police this thing. They did the piece of job. They asked for document, and this is what the Auditor General position is. Listen, formally request a list of supporting documents on October 31st. The announcement was put out November 2024. After the request, listen to this. The audit process including payment vouchers, copy of checks, cash invoices, delivery notes, and a job completion certificate and other relevant supporting document to validate the authenticity of that domestic death payment. The people didn't show up. They didn't give it, my people. And this is where we are. So we can make our argument, we can cry wolf, but something in here must be corrected. We will close the show when everybody speaks. We got 12 more minutes to 7. We have a female panelist producing for us in studio. We will let her go home at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 p.m. Liberia time. Kev, make this your closing, sir.
Let me say this. Stanton, I want to thank you for putting that audit report that started under George Manneh Weah. When you look at the audit report from this government, it said the second. So that shows that there was an audit report before this audit report. So we can put that to rest that this audit report started under George Manneh Weah. But let me make this clear to Mami. Mami, I know you want to everything about George Weah. It just come in your body that you just want to bring. Even if you see George Manneh Weah in heaven, you will call it hell. Listen, this company is not a bogus company. This company started from 1998, 1999. Go and do your research. I know you don't have time to do your research because you just want to just throw out some bogus thing. And also, I would direct you to the Ministry of Defense and ask them if they don't have documentation for rice distribution to them under this company. I will ask you, and I would dare you, if you don't do your due diligence, maybe Central will allow you to talk freely because, you know, this is a platform that you can talk crap. If you can talk your crap because it's for Liberian people.
Yeah, but you should respect to your friend, man. Let's talk English. Let's talk similar way. Your fellow panelists is not talking crap.
Yeah, let's focus on the issue. Let them be distracted by the people. Let's focus on the issue.
Do we discuss?
There are enough issues here for us to focus on.
Okay, let's focus on it. Listen.
You said the Ministry of Defense said in rice. Well, what's that story?
That's not what I said to you, Stanton. Stanton, that's not what I said to you. This company supplied the Ministry of Defense. It's not a bogus company. It's a registered company. Number one, they did.
I didn't take him out though. Device not connected. No, I didn't take him out seriously. I can't do that, okay? They're saying devices not connected. Let me see if he'll come on. I'm calling him.
No, now you took me off.
So then what happened? Are you coming back?
My
cat just came in and just
your cat. So your cat heard the crap. That's why. Okay, well, bad. So that your cat took you off bar. And the man cat took you off. The cat. But let's go around the table. Let's hear you, Emmanuel.
Ostenta, for respect of Lorena time, I won't have much to say. I made my points earlier on. I congratulated the GSC for a job well done. I respect those who work in that building. They are professionals. Now it's time for Liberians to become angry, to take this to the next level. Let us make sure our legislature take this instrument and the prosecutor also take the instrument and prosecute people. Excitement over the report is one thing. Implementation through prosecution is the one that will actually make me excited. But congratulations to the GSC and its Director General Jackson for a job well done.
Emmanuel, thank you very much. Jefferson, let's hear you, brother.
Okay, so we discussed the other report already, but Mame King brought in a new dynamics where he wants to politicize the report. And if you want to say that, then we'll come in that line. So Stanton, according to the other report, James Davis, a very close ally of Joseph Boakai, were listed over 5 separate entries, totaling to $5.587 million. It was flagged in this very other report that they paid him $5.5 million. Somebody that is close and a very close friend of Joseph Boakai will pay $5.5 million. That means, according to Mame's measurement, Joseph Boakai has been directly indicted. But that's not the point, Mame. You're obsessed with the CDC, you're obsessed with Josh Weir. So you always speak the way you speak. But we are talking about the entire other report, how the GSC has done so much a good job for our country, and we are happy for that. All we are seeing is this government, if they're serious, they should take some action against those companies that were living, including the James Davis company, including the $150 million that are also flagged under GAF1 that cannot be accounted for. All we are seeing is that these payments that were made and documentation cannot be made available. They should also prosecute them. But Mame, you also talk about announcement I'll place up. Instead of between you and I don't trust that announcement. I don't see it in the newspaper. I don't see the source of that announcement that you put on the screen. I didn't see it. I don't see the source of the announcement. Where was it published? On which website? I don't see it. I see Mame sending you, an announcement I will place up. But also, Mame, you should know that when you put the announcement out, it should go into the newspaper. You are also supposed to provide to us the source that announcement was published. And frankly speaking, Stanton, like what Jeru said, I personally appreciate the other report, but I don't appreciate the manner in which it was presented. You cannot present an other report telling us that from 2006 to 2017, there were no payment of domestic debt. And all the documents, even if there's payment, then it was accounted for. No, you cannot give us that kind of metrics and say you can't fund document from 2018 to 2023. Those are the periods that you cannot fund document for. I mean, it's unfair. That means maybe the people at the Ministry of Finance refuse to deliberately to provide those documents to print the CDC bad. But that is the point. Because if you tell me, because the audit were initiated by the former finance minister, Samuel Ditour Jr. So from 1980 up to 2018, there was no domestic debt that was paid. Or if it were paid, all the documentation were in place. You cannot say that. Only from 2018 to 2023, you cannot find any documents. So it shows that, like what Jeru said, the report is highly political. It's highly political. And so Mame, that your whole argument that the company was owned by FINA, that's not the point. You're trying to personalize the report, and that's wrong to do that. We talk about our country. We talk about money that will be saved for our country, and then you want to personalize it because of your personal hate for the CDC or Josh. That is unfair. You need to be more. You need to be more detailed in your your comments. Thank you.
Jefferson Tenson, thank you very much. Kev, after Phoebe, you will finish up. Yeah, Phoebe, go ahead.
Yeah, so thank you. Good show tonight. And the report didn't say that there was no expenditure from 1980 to 2017. They said they didn't find record. They didn't have record for them. They didn't say there was no expenditure. So the writings are clear there. So just look at the fine lines and read them. So, but look, what I said earlier, the report means well for the country. And we should all be happy that we have another report that will reveal a savings of $700+ million. And the issue of the announcement, those are standard audit procedure. Even in private companies, when you trying to ascertain the debt, you also write to those suppliers, ask them to verify and confirm their balances with the company. You also write to those on account receivable lists, to credit these customers and ask them to verify their balances on the customers list of account receivable. So those are standard procedures. So the auditors were not wrong by also putting out public service announcement, or probably go even written some of those on the debtor list, and personally ask them to substantiate, because the finance ministry will present a list of those that they owe. The auditors also, besides looking at the finance ministry records, they will also ask all those that are on this list. You are also asked to give us supporting document as to whether this company, the government owes you. So if you cannot back whatever is on the government list of debt that they owe, they will render those debt bogus or illegitimate debt on the books. Those are standard procedure. It happens everywhere. Probably some of you have been through audits. You will know that. I have been through audits since I started working in 2006. Every year we go through financial audit with all of these things. So those are practical stuff that will happen. So if the auditors will ask for verification and cannot get it for finance ministry, cannot get it for those that they owe, then those debt with the audit report will say that those debt don't exist. So they will publish it. So now our own plea will be to the government now, take it serious, and we don't want to see a repeat of those debt on the government budget to pay domestic debt in that amount, because they couldn't go to verify and confirm that the government owes them that amount of money. So that's a standard stuff. So we now hold the legislature, the next budget period. We don't want to see huge domestic debt on the budget. That will be something that we should start looking at. And the government, the president, should also ensure that the finance ministry does not include those debt on the government budget. They should be strapped off and erased. Those are things that we expect. So we look forward to seeing these kind of reports, and the political will. The political will is very important in all these kind of governance process. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Phoebe. Dr. Bopla, let's hear your closing.
I said earlier, I would say in closing, CEO, the report is good. Even if it's not as holistic as some people may want, this portion of it is good, and we celebrate that. That's part one, though. Part two is finish the job. So follow through so that this can be a deterrent for people who attempt to do these things in the future. But I will close by taking this one step further. I will strongly encourage the president to press forward with his decentralization plan, because there's already a lot of pushback. That is the best shot, right, at positioning our country for growth and development. And decentralization will help us to designate funds, distribute funds, accountability will be better, and fiscal discipline will be improved, and it will minimize corruption in many ways. So as we run into problems and we try to solve them now, we'll think ahead so that tomorrow we're not in the exact same place. But I think the report, this portion of it is great. We celebrate that. Kudos to Jackson and his team. We look ahead.
Boblet, thank you. I beg you, Gibson, let's give Kev the chance to finish up. We'll come to you and go to Mame.
Okay, Stanton, thank you. You know, sometimes we have to put country first over politics. I know Mame just want to pretend that he want to muddy the water, and that will not work. He's too tiny and too small to muddy the water of CDC. He's too small. He cannot do that. He's tiny. You know, he's not that of the caliber of.
So let's get to the issue now, Kev. Leo found this alone. That one can mail to correct you again. The man tiny, the man small, the man skinny. Get to the issue.
Well, not by physical. I'm talking about.
Yeah, but let's get to the issue. The people who don't see that's okay.
But let's see, Stanton, right? They owe Finabondo more. They owe the company, right? They owe that company money. They owe the company money. It's the other way around. It's a legitimate company. Do your research. I don't think you should ask the company to bring your document. You should follow the paper trail. Let's say if Kanyo, that's what we do in this country. Let's say if I look at the business and say I'm supplying Kanyo, right? All I need to do is to ask Kanyo, did you receive this what I supply you? Did you receive it? We follow the paper trail. So what I needed to do is to follow defense. Go to defense and do your research. Now say, bring me your document. First of all, folks within the Anita company did not receive no call, nothing from them. That's a lie. That's a big lie. I can confirm that, right? But if I'm doing business, Jerome, you doing business in this country. If you submit a document to DEA or wherever of Medicare, they're going to ask where that connection is, where you taking the money and where the money is going. Not asking you, because if they ask you for your company, you will come, Jerome, you will show your company thing. They will say, okay, that's okay. No, they will trail where the business going, who you paying, your staff, where the money going. That's where they will ask. So why they not asking defense? Why are they not asking defense? Are you guys receiving where this company is saying? If they say no, then you can come and say it's a bogus company. But you're not asking people who receiving. You just come up and say, oh, we believe that it's a bogus company. No, it's not. Liberia is at the crossroad. We need to change. Every loving Liberia. I did a post the other day and I said, Liberia is bleeding. Things are going wrong. Corruption and witch hunt. We have to stand up against those things because they will just sugarcoat. Why are you not talking about James David and Son?
Thank you, Ken.
Why are you not talking about them? 4.5 million. Why are you not talking about them? But my brother Mami will just speak something and go on and just get something for Safua, Finabondo.
Thank you, Kev. Let me bring you in, Jefferson, sorry. Gibson, let's bring you in. Kev, thank you very much for your contribution tonight. Gibson, let's hear you.
To begin with, and I want to take my time. I don't want to have 2 minutes or how many minutes I have. So I got to take my time and quickly to speak on this.
Yeah,
to begin with, minutes.
What are you saying, Dr. Bubler? 1 minute, Gibson. Gibson, 1 minute. Gibson,
No,
1 minute.
just tell you got 1 minute. That's all.
Yeah, it's after the time. 1 minute, Gibson. Actually, 30 seconds. The sister got to go home.
Okay, my 1 minute start from now. Thank you. Listen, let me just tell you something. First of all, I heard a job from Stanton and Kanye that are taking instruction from people. No, I'm not. The work of the journalist is when you hear something, you should call people who might have knowledge of it. That's what journalists do. And that's what I always do. That's what Stanton always does. When he hears something, he call people, sometimes bring them on live. That is the principle of validating information. That's not somebody swaying me. And since I've been a journalist, you can check my record. I'm not easily swayed. But let me go quickly. Because the press release that was published, that's a foolish document that they just brought up. From which ministry? All the press releases that we have received from our radio station from GSC carry GSC letterhead. Why this one did not carry GSC letterhead? When it says time management, which management? Is it the public relations department or the auditor general? And why is it that the GSC is making an announcement for something that the Ministry of Finance is supposed to do? There's something in law that said not the best witness or not the best authority. And Kanye knows that. Who the people claimants supposed to go to validate their claim to GSC or to finance ministry? Who there with them? So even if claimant did not go to GSC because the GSC is not a proper place for them to go and exhibit their document. If finance ministry have issue, finance ministry should write there and say, send us your document. And finance ministry can turn it over to the GSC. That press release is a bogus press release. And I have short time, so I got to run. But when you're talking about Finabondo, why Finabondo even an issue? It was a CDC government that forwarded Finabondo name to the GSC. So who is transparent here? Is it CDC government or this government? This audit report, from what I'm reading on the computer now, was commissioned by the World Bank, requested by CDC because they didn't have the money. And they asked the World Bank to help to fund this audit. It is not this government that started this audit. So who is really transparent? It is a CDC government that is transparent, that's sending people that Finabondo need to the GSC for questioning. And you are here trying to cast doubt on the CDC for being not transparent. They are the one that said we don't know what's going on with all of these funds. We don't know what is going on with all of these claims. We want you to submit your document. We want you to go to GSC and validate. They make recommendation, and you want to claim that they are the bad boys. No, the CDC government was the good boys. They were the transparent party. The last point I'm going to make, again, this goes to any intelligent person in the world or any critical-minded person in the world. If you do a schedule from a time period, this is something I have done many times for my company. If you do a schedule for a time period, you have the responsibility to certify with commentary what that time period provides you. From 1980 to 2017, they believe that during this period, Ellie Johnson Sally had no transaction, no paperwork, nothing. Who's going to believe that bogus analysis? Then they jump over, the CDC from 2023. They jump to 2024, and they say they provide no comment, no inference, no indication whether this period was even investigated, whether this period even have document, whether this period even have all the document they wanted, or all transactions were fair, good, transparent, and legitimate. No comment to tell us that. And you want us to come from this talk show today and believe that with PhD, this report is transparent. This report is a hit job. And this hit job will not stick because seditionists are too smart to think about this kind of chicanery and bow to them.
Thank you very much, Brother Gibson Jerry. We appreciate you. We want to say thanks to all of you. I don't know what Mama had. Mama, if you're coming, you got to come and close. Let me put this up. The Anita Group of Company, $389,000. Number 5. Number 6, Anita Group of Company, again, 384. Sorry, 384. No evidence. LPO contract, quotation, delivery notes, good received. No evidence. Business registration or tax clearance. No evidence. We want to say, listen, we'll come here on Monday and really discuss this. I hope you have the time to discuss.
For the business, I will miss my job on Monday. I will miss my job.
I know. They will compensate you. They always do. They always compensate you. They will. I want to say to Lou, come on, Mommy, close up real quick for us to go, sir.
I mean, to close, we'll maintain what we said. If you check online, I put it in the chat room. The GAC announced it's public. Heritage newspaper, other newspaper, public information. Keep seeing. It's not anywhere in hiding. It's in the chat room. Everybody saw it. It's online. Google it. They announced that if you claim you have issues with the government debt, bring your document to the GAC. And the GAC was the appropriate place to do because the GAC were auditing the Ministry of Finance. So the Ministry of Finance and the vendors are the people who are into the alleged coup. So the GAC say, since we went there and we did not find the document and you claim the government owe you, bring your document to us. They even said document that we asked the other time and cancel. If you still get it, bring it, we accept it. And still they cannot provide it. And you say rest to different ministry, carry the document to pay your money. How can somebody owe you 300,000 plus and asking you to bring document and you can't bring it?
The document will show up. It will. Trust me.
Kev, let the man close up, my man. Kev, please.
Somebody
have to close up.
Somebody owe me 100,000 or even 50,000. They say bring document, bro. The next morning I'll be there with my document. Clear.
What about James David?
They will be running with that document, like we said to everybody. Mama, thank you very much. Dr. Bopla, as always today.
The announcement is showing up, just to let you know. The announcement is showing up on the pages you said.
Don't forget, tomorrow we'll be having a special program. Spoon will be at the CDC party headquarters tomorrow. The full team will be having a 360 view. Now you understand the report and announcement from Gregory Coleman, the Justice Ministry. Please try to draft accordingly. They have created corridors for you to use. Again, the CDC groundbreaking ceremony at the party headquarters is tomorrow. We'll be having a special program for a year on Spoon. Listen, this is for the Liberian people. Sedition to our Liberians. So we will come here and discuss it. We'll listen to them. The chairperson for the committee, Councillor J. Funati Kofa, former speaker, he will be there usually. Nagbe will be there, the chief of staff to president, former President George Manor. We are George Manor. We will be President D. Max Kamaya, Nathaniel Falumage, Akaris Mose Gray, all the great men and women of CDC will be present. We want to say for the Spoon, we carry full from start to finish, and we discuss a year on Spoon, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I do appreciate you, Kanaba Bada, Emmanuel George, as always, Jefferson Chessin, Chief Fubi Herons, Dr. Bople, it's always good to see you, Gibson Jerry, Abula Mame Kep Hassan. To you, Lorena, take it away, and God bless our folks. Good night.
So for Lorena Bene, you only give me 30 seconds today.
Lorena gotta go.
No, keep laid back.
No problem. We'll be here Monday.
Lorena, have a good day.
Right.
Have a good night, okay?
Good night. Thank you. All right. Okay. So many things to the theme. Okay, guys. Good night.
Yes, sir. Special one from the CEO, stand coming with the strong and your boy.
Like you heard, another top provoking program is going to be, another edition is going to be on tonight on the show. That's tomorrow night, I'm sorry. On the 18th of October. You enjoy the show, you made your contribution, share the show, you left your comments, you put in your call. Thank you for everything. Even those that relay the program on your various radio stations, subway stations, we appreciate it. In Liberia. Again, you got all the information you needed. You're going to get more tomorrow night. Tomorrow afternoon. Everything happening around Liberia is going to be live on Spoon TV, Fabric TV, Super TV, and on YouTube, Spoon 4. Spoon 107.5, Fabric 101.1. So many thanks to the panelists. And so many thanks to you. Always put God first in whatever you do. Again, my name is Lorena Honoré. Have a wonderful weekend.
You want to know what is happening more? to just go. Politicians want to make their decision just to just go.